Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be on this.
All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
If only we could show you the show that we do off the air. How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. He is Jay Milne. I am Reid Wilkins. We are with you 3 to 6 p.m. today, and, of course, every weekday here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. All right, we have a lot to get to today. Montreal Canadiens looking great. That's exciting. Now, I watched that series more than I guess I haven't seen as much of the Western Series. I wound up watching quite a bit of Carolina and Philadelphia. That was a trouncing. Well, I mean, 2 games went to overtime, but did you ever sense?
No.
Oh, here comes Philly.
Wasn't in doubt.
You're just waiting for Philly to lose, basically, or for Carolina to win.
Much like the Lakers.
So are they out tonight?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's Oklahoma City's just a wagon.
But these games are, though, in Los Angeles, though. The Tinseltown, some people would call it.
Los Angeles.
The hub of the entertainment industry. Is that what they call it? I don't know.
Well, the movie industry was built there.
It really was. Yes, it really was. Then we got, I saw a little bit, well, the Blue Jays game. All right, so our buddy Ben Schulman, who's been on the show a couple times, does the radio play-by-play. So I started this during the World Series, or during the playoffs last year, because oftentimes we were leaving work when the playoff games were starting. So I put the app on my phone, or the Sportsnet 590 website up on my phone. Like, remember when, what was it, Schneider and Guerrero started one of the games in LA with back-to-back home runs?
Yes.
I was, streaming Ben. So Saturday afternoon, I was out and about and was listening in the car, scoreless. I was in a shopping for a while. I get out back to the vehicle. It's 8-0 Blue Jays. That was the one they won, 14-1 or something like that? I believe you would adopt Ernie Clement if he were available.
Yes.
Were you not?
He would be an honorary Milne.
Right. Did he not go 4 for 4 with a homer on Saturday?
He was hot.
I think he did.
He was hot.
So I heard, now he hit, I got to check his stats here, because he hit a home run, though, after the fact. After it was already 8-0. I was back in the vehicle, and he hit a home run, and immediately I'm like, that's Jay Milne's happy.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jays are back at it tonight. They
five for
lost
five
yesterday.
with a home run. 3
5
runs.
for 5.
Yeah, 2 ribbies.
Jeez. So incredible stuff. So a lot to watch over the weekend.
That was a 14-1 victory, oddly enough.
That was 14-1, yes. Yeah, and then yesterday they lost, what was it, 5 or 6-1. Rays today, who are doing very well. So we'll have a lot to get to. NHL playoff hockey. You were at Elks Camp today. This was day 2 of camp.
Yes.
And I know you'll dive deeper into some of the battles and new players a little bit later on, but what sort of overall impressions do you have?
Just the vibes. The juice was there, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, Reid. The intensity was high. It just looked like more of a connected team, Reid, than it did last year. I'll just say that, like, easy to see.
You could tell that today, even?
Yes.
100%.
So
what did you see that made you think
I
that?
saw defensive players talking to offensive players, giving them the business, and not always just yapping. But, I mean, at one point, Cordell Jackson, a receiver, caught a ball after a great move, and this was a red zone drill. He caught it on about the 5 and just started celebrating. This is not a veteran receiver. Cordell Jackson jumped from where he was in the center field and ran over to him as fast as he can. He says, "You get your blink and blink into the end zone when you catch a ball around here."
All right.
So it wasn't like, hey, it wasn't defense versus offense. That was the Elks team saying, we don't do that here. Get in the end zone, then do whatever the heck you want.
Oh, so he just caught the ball and then immediately started jumping around.
Yeah.
He didn't finish the play.
It's just like football 101. Finish the play, get in the end zone. But it was just more of a camaraderie. than what I experienced in this stage of training camp last
That's
season.
interesting that you bring that up, and you didn't tell me that earlier in the day, because we talk about, when we were having discussions about this last week, the culture word, which I think sometimes gets thrown around a little too loosely, but that's sort of like it's business before pleasure.
Yes.
We finish. We are thorough. We take care of our details.
Well, and this was a defensive teammate that just saw his cornerback get beat. But yet he's still more interested in saying, hey, finish the job.
Right.
That's
your job to score a touchdown,
It doesn't matter who it's on.
Yeah.
But we here finish the job.
Well, don't forget, this is a team that lost a touchdown last year because their best player let a ball bounce around in the end zone that he may or may not have fumbled at the 1 yard line.
True enough.
Or the 1 inch line. I'm talking about that rank and play against Calgary. So, well, and that's. I mean, I've told this story too before about how when Todd McClellan came in with the orders. I mean, you know what hockey practices are like. They usually start with the flow drills or whatever you want to call them. There may or may not be defensemen involved. It could be a 2-on-0 or a 3-on-0. Pass the puck a couple times quickly, take a shot, warm the goalie up, and Todd McClellan was calling players offside on these 2-on-0 and 3-on-0. Like he blew the whistle once, it blew the guys down, and the guys were looking at him, and then Todd's like, "That's offside." And the guy kind of gave the player didn't say anything, but you could see the look in his face, like, "Come on, Todd, it's a 3-on-0 drill." And McClellan was like, "You go offside in a game, there's a whistle. You go offside in practice, there's a whistle.
Attention to detail.
You want to have good habits or not?
Practice how you play.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's interesting. So you're gonna dive. Well, I want to know about. There's a whole bunch of new old linemen, right? Many of whom came from Hamilton.
Yes.
Okay.
Half of them came from Hamilton. Well, more than half. But yeah, there was definite. I think, Reid, that this version of the O-line will work better together and create more opportunity to run the ball with, Justin Rankin, who has quickly become an elite player in the CFL. So you're going to want to get him the ball, and it's going to give more time for Cody Fajardo, who, more time in his world is a very good thing for the Elks.
Okay, we'll dive into that a little bit later on. I have some thoughts on the Stanley Cup playoffs and how they relate to the Edmonton Oilers. I just want to say this, and I'll get more into this a little bit later on, but I'll throw this out here as sort of a introductory point, so to speak.
A bit of a tease, Reid?
When I watch the Montreal Canadiens play, I can't tell which line is the first line and which is the fourth line.
Beautiful.
And that's a compliment.
Yeah.
I don't mean they're all playing so poorly. They just go. Like they're just in tune, playing smart, playing committed, playing fast. And it's probably not easy to play that way. Takes a lot of concentration, takes a lot of commitment, can take a little bit of sacrifice, but it can be done. And you don't necessarily need to be a star player to do it.
But you can be.
I mean, Alex Newhook looks like a star player right now. Probably won't last for him, but probably someone else steps up for the Canadiens. What do you think of Dobish, by the way?
Yeah.
Did you get to see any of him?
Yeah.
Do you think it's okay or not okay for a goalie to get that involved and that mouthy? Like he's yelling at the Buffalo bench after the Canadiens score.
Of course, I'm going to say yes, get involved. I don't, I'm not one to sit on the sidelines and just be, calculated and, keep your thoughts to yourself, cool as a cucumber, even though you're freaking out inside. Like, show it. Emotion is part of sports. Let it out, baby.
Well, and if he wasn't stopping the puck, then he might look foolish.
Well,
but he's
doing
not,
a good
not
job
letting
of that.
a lot of pucks in him, or past him. So that's pretty good.
Do you think this game, I feel like this series inevitably goes 7? Like, it just feels like, now, I don't know, Reid, if Montreal can, Montreal dominated.
They were very good yesterday.
I feel like they dominated that game. But do you think that this is the kind of series that's going to go back and forth?
Well, I picked Montreal in 6. So they've proven they can win on the road. So I still think they win 2 of the next 3. I think Buffalo's got a very good game in them. But how much is what Montreal is doing, limiting what the Sabres want to do?
True. And whose game at their best is better?
Well, right now it looks like the Canadiens.
Now
because everybody's going, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's involved. Lane Hudson is fantastic on the back end. He made that one move to pass it to Caulfield yesterday for a goal.
Well, and good for Caulfield, too. I think that was a big morale boost for him, for the team, for the organization.
But they've been doing a lot of this without a ton from Caulfield and Suzuki offensively, right?
Fair enough.
So, well, I guess Suzuki scored in Game 7. You can get in touch, of course, 780-218-9999. That's how you text us, and that's the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, which is turning 20 this year. They're celebrating big with over $1 million in prizes, including 35 winners of $20,000 in casino free plays, 9 brand new cars, 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. This is a massive promotion for River Cree's 20th birthday. It's going on until October 26th. rivercreeresort.com and the inbox 780-218-9999. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. You can also tune in through iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, make Edmonton Sports Talk a favorite on those apps. You can make it a favorite or a preset. If you listen often enough, it should come up as a suggested station too. If you're taking us in on YouTube, and if you have not already subscribed to Edmonton Sports Talk, then please do so. We're pushing towards 15,000 subscribers. We're within 200 of that. So we did a good job chipping away next week. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Another way to reach us, and really the more important thing is just chat with each other, is the Nasty Chat on YouTube, which is the regular chat function. We still get asked sometimes like, well, I see the chat, but where's the Nasty Chat? Well, that is the Nasty Chat. That's what was it, Dustin, that started calling it that? He always comes up with goofy names for stuff.
He's a creative genius.
He really is. So you can post in the Nasty Chat on YouTube and give the show a like. Smash the thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
So we want to get to at least 100 thumbs every show, so don't be a pleasure delayer. Get in there and click. And once you give us a like, then hit the share button.
Do you believe in life after love?
And you'll get a link that you can share via email or text with several other people in your life. We appreciate that. Help us spread the good word about Edmonton Sports Talk. All right. We better get to this while this gentleman is still standing by. It is the afternoon headlines, and they are presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Newfie Newhook is the latest playoff hero for the Habs, and Yumpin Jakob is the new it boy between the pipes. Hey, Jay, a Steve Penny for your thoughts. It's training camp for the Elks at good old Clark Stadium. I used to spend a quarter to get into the Knothole gang. My brother-in-law used his quarter on the Nag of the Night at Northlands. Looks like the Elks have more beef on the offensive line. You got to open those holes for Ramblin' Rankin. Hey, Jason Milne, is that first down production in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I'm Chet Palmer.
Wow. First down production in your pocket. Well, I've heard worse. Chet?
No, I probably dropped the name of a player that you are not old enough to remember.
Who could forget Steve Penny?
Do you remember Steve Penny?
No, I don't.
Okay. Steve Penny was a brief... They thought he might be Patrick Waugh before he was Patrick Waugh. At 23 years of age, he went into goal for the Canadiens in the 1984 playoffs. The Canadiens weren't as good that year. They were fourth in the old Adams division, so the final playoff qualifier. They swept Boston, with Penny only allowing 2 goals in the entire series. They played Quebec. Remember them?
The Nordiques.
In the second round, and they won in 6, and Penny had another shutout in that series. And then they ran into the New York Islanders in the first round, in the third round, the Prince of Wales Conference Final. They actually won the first 2 games, and then the Islanders won 4 in a row to take the series.
Not bad. 9-10 save percentage.
Steve Penny.
Those playoffs?
Yeah.
2.21 guy.
That's right. Steve Penny for your thoughts.
Well done, Chet.
That was Chet Palmer for 100.3 The Bear, the afternoon headlines. All right. Our guest today, Jody Shelley, is coming up in about 25 minutes. Jody Shelley on the Blue Jackets broadcast. You see him on TNT doing playoff games. Local guy, got family. I think he might be in the Edmonton area right now even. So he'll check in around 3:40. We'll get an update on the Western Hockey League final in the final hour of the show with Nick Nielsen. He does play-by-play for the Prince Albert Raiders. They're taking on Everett in the league final. We love talking about that and seeing what's going on. And as we said, a bunch of Stanley Cup playoff stuff, Oilers stuff, and Elks stuff to get to as well. It's that time of the day when we do the off-topic topic presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. So, Jay, I felt as if this past weekend it got rolling in terms of summer. Okay? As you know, I don't really acknowledge spring as a season in Edmonton.
Yeah, I wish you would.
It's winter, and then it's like dirty, milting,
spring.
Watery season. And now I know summer's not officially till June 21st or 22nd or whatever, but I thought, okay, this past weekend it's summer. And I seem to notice more people were out and about doing summery things, walking, running, bike riding, extended walks for the dogs, skydiving, outdoor painting.
Yes.
Those sorts of things.
Yes.
Yeah. Big bunch of nudes being painted in Horlick Park. Just a bunch of nude models everywhere. No, but anyway, so our question is simple. It's timely. It's seasonal. What did you do outside this weekend? What did you get out there and do? This could be in the house yard work category, could be in the recreational category, could be in the just random type category. And I know it's not. There were other opportunities to do things outside, but I feel like this weekend you could really go. Like, you knew the weather was going to be pretty good. You knew there wasn't snow coming.
Yes.
There's no puddles around, or still you might go for a walk and then it's like, oh, there's still like snow piled here. Like it was good. So for example, I had a nice little outdoor run yesterday.
Good for you.
A little over 5K. Not a long distance. But
that's a nice distance.
It was a good distance. So
Sure.
Here's the thing. Treadmill running over the winter does not prepare you for any sort of incline.
No, it sucks.
So I did. I just did a path. It was about like 2.6K out and 2.6 back. But
Okay.
It started in the river valley and went west. And then I'm going up. I'm like, I feel like I'm slowly going up. Like it wasn't a hill. And then when I loaded the run on my app when I got home, it's like, it was like 38 meters increase going out, and I was quicker coming back too. And I was like,
you don't say.
Okay. So I shouldn't, even if it's a shorter run, I generally don't get faster when I go into a run. So I got a nice run. I'm not, as you know, I'm not a big yard work, flower planting type guy.
Correct.
But I took my dad to Canadian Tire so he could get some soil for his garden.
Ooh.
So there was something else sort of outside.
That's always nice
that I did.
when you get that package of soil.
Yeah, and I walked for ice cream on Mother's Day.
You did.
Yes.
Good for you.
Well, I got my mom a gift card to Kind Ice Cream, and she immediately used it on ice cream for the family.
Of course she did. Well, that's fantastic.
So there were some things that I did.
That's a very springy weekend. Reid.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I wouldn't classify it as a summer weekend. I'd classify that as a spring weekend.
Okay, fair enough.
Betty, Waddy in Cloverdale says that Reid's coming through a little quiet on iHeart.
Okay.
I don't know. Reid, speak up, okay?
Maybe I don't know how to use the microphone properly.
What's gotten into
Should it
you?
be on or off?
Okay, weekend. Now, Reid, were you tarps off at all this weekend?
You will never find me tarps off, Jay.
Come on.
You will never find me in that
What
state.
if somebody...
Unless for some reason, you were to see me showering, which hopefully you never will.
You don't ever just like, it's
Why
hot
would
out.
I possibly...
No.
No.
Let's go tarps off.
No, I would not do that.
Why?
I'm not comfortable in that environment.
It's freeing.
I don't feel free.
What's the problem?
I'd feel self-conscious.
So what? That's why it's freeing. Because you're like, the hell with it. I'm going tarps off.
No, I'm not tarps off.
Oh, Wilkie tarps off.
That didn't happen. Did it happen with you?
No. No.
Well,
No, I was just wondering. 'cause
Why are you
you
asking
went
me if
for a
I
run.
do it then?
I have in the past. I've been,
Oh no,
around
I
my
run
yard.
with my shirt
I
on.
would never run like in the city with my shirt off.
Like you wouldn't do the half marathon with your shirt
No,
off.
I'm no Gene Principe.
Actually staple your bib to your to your belly.
We got a lot of yard work done, particularly yesterday. My middle daughter Rose finished up a basketball tournament. They won their tournament
Indoor.
and then we came home, and it was like, okay, let's just start with this. And next thing you know, I got the lawnmower out of hibernation. April's putting in flowers in the front bed. Found some nice potted plants, hanging baskets at Costco.
Good.
It was very good. And it was fun. It was nice. It reminded me of spring. Really reminded me of spring. Not summer, but more spring.
So how did you mowed your lawn?
Yeah.
With what, the skid steer?
No.
You put a big blade on the skid steer?
No, Reid.
Did Coop the Corgi help?
He did not. I've got a beautiful lawnmower. It's 6 foot wide.
Oh, nice.
It's zero turn. So it's not a steering wheel. It's arms that you move forward and back.
Oh,
Kind
okay.
of steers like a skid steer.
Okay.
And I wasn't going to, because I want to skim it real short, and then I'm hoping for rain.
Okay.
But I think there's supposed to be some rain at the end of this week. But once I saw the first line go down the driveway or down the yard, I couldn't stop.
So is this a new mower?
No. I've had this for several years.
What brand is it?
It's a John Deere, baby.
Okay.
It's green.
So very good.
It's a 777.
How long does it take you to mow your lawn? Or all the grass you have to mow?
Like 45 minutes.
Like, do you do down the driveway and the ditches a little bit too?
I can get pretty much everywhere with my riding lawnmower.
Okay.
The only thing I cut by hand, my wife loves to weed whack. So she'll do that, like a good weed whack.
Yeah.
Like a couple times a year around like the beds and
Okay.
all that really get in there.
Yeah.
But for the most part with my lawnmower, I can get pretty close to everything. The only thing I have to push mow is we have a big dog run.
Okay.
So I
And
push
how
that.
often will you have to mow now? Every week? Every few days?
It depends. Like I didn't fertilize this year because we did last year. So I don't need to fertilize this year. It grows enough. But with moisture, yeah, for sure once a week.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to, we had a decent-sized yard north of Evansburg growing up, and it was relaxing being on the mower.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'd usually mow, and Dad would do I would ride, and Dad had a hand mower, and he'd go kind of around the trees and stuff like that. So we had a
be a
pretty
two-man
good little
operation.
system. Yeah, but it was kind of relaxing. Yeah, and you get to see your finished work. And
Well, yeah, the fruits of your labor is right in front of you after you're done.
yeah.
You know, you go crack a cold one and go stand. And
But I remember our first, when I was in junior high school, I wasn't, but we had like this little red lawnmower,
yeah,
like riding mower, and
Little
then
red Toro.
we got a it might have been a Toro, and then we got a John Deere, which wouldn't have been as big as yours, but it was a little wider and a little sturdier, and then you're like, oh yeah, now I'm really
was
mowing
yours
the
a
lawn.
tractor with the front, your John Deere, or was it a pencil neck like that just had the steering column and the engine was under your butt?
You know what, Jay? I don't remember.
Because when I grew up, we had a pencil neck steering column with the motor under your butt.
Okay.
Kind of like what Forrest Gump drove around.
Okay.
Those are fun.
I don't remember.
Those are very fun.
I don't remember. So, all right. So we did some outsidey stuff this weekend. So we
Oh,
want
yeah.
to know, what did you do outside this weekend?
And now, hang on a sec, Reid.
Yep.
What do you want to say? Let's put what percentage would we put at Ben having done anything outside, like physical?
Well, he could have moved his PlayStation outside and played on the front yard.
Well, that I don't know if that counts. Like I was gonna say, like make sure you button up your shirt. I don't want to. I might need sunglasses in here. The reflection of your chest. Did you do anything outside?
I went for a walk when it was dark
Okay.
out, so
Well.
didn't catch sunlight.
All right.
And then I didn't do anything. I'll give all the credit to my dad. We have a nice deck in our backyard. And my dad set up the outside couches and stuff. And I watched the first half of the Hurricanes Flyers game outside on the deck.
Nice.
Okay. Good.
That's about it.
Good.
You watched your dad work.
I wasn't there for when he did the work. I walked out and saw it was all set up. I was like, oh, nice. And so I joined him for the first half of the Hurricanes Flyers game.
Knowing your dad, he's probably just happy with you, just being like, yeah, okay, I'll leave the lawn mowing to me, son.
Yeah.
No, for a couple of years, he was on me to do the lawnmower. I don't think he did it this weekend, though, so I think one of us has to do it.
Well,
here.
you don't need to yet.
Yeah.
For me, it was a guilty pleasure.
Spency 5 Cents, he says he detailed his mom's car. That's nice.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good feeling, too. I got quite a few here, Reid. Nolan from St. Albert in the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. He says he went to Radtorque Raceway for some sprint car racing.
Oh, good.
Alicia Hemming got to play my first round of golf this year on Saturday. fantastic.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Has anybody? How many rounds have you played, if any?
Yeah, let us know more about that, Alicia. Chris, the flyaway to LA winner. That's how it's tagged on here.
Right.
I believe it's Chris D. Built a miniature picnic table for our backyard squirrels
Oh, nice.
with my daughter. Have you seen these things? They're like a little miniature picnic table that can sit on like a tree branch. And the squirrels will like sit at the table.
no way.
Yeah. Kind of neat.
Okay.
Kaiser says, I took full advantage of my new golf membership and played 45 holes.
Oh, wow.
And walked all 45 of them.
In a day?
What? I also walked my dog for an hour each day and ended off Saturday evening on the Leopold's Tavern patio with my wife,
Oh, imagine that.
her family,
The
and
dog
our
just
dog
let us
Ro.
there.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, that's a nice outside
45.
warm weather activity. So how many rounds is that?
It's like 2.5.
Well, it's 5 nines. Yeah.
Well, 2.5 rounds.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Interesting. Keep sending them in. Lots of good stuff coming in.
780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. I was a little confused because Jasmine in the Nasty Chat put Eagles Cowboys on American Thanksgiving. And I was like, how did you
very
do
timely.
that? How did you do that over the weekend? The NFL is slowly dripping out some games before the full schedule comes out, Thursday,
Did you
I think?
predict that? No, because
No,
the
I
first
predicted.
Sunday nighter,
I didn't
they
predict the
announced
first
that.
Sunday nighter. They did, which is Giants Cowboys. Because does the Giants have the new coach? Did they get a Harbaugh? Who's
Yes.
the new coach?
Yes, they did. Jim Harbaugh.
I predicted that the first game of the year will be Chiefs at Seahawks. And I think it's on a Wednesday this year, not a Thursday. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Jody Shelley in about 12 or 13 minutes. That'll be fun. Here's
Wait a
Ben.
minute.
What's
minute.
the matter? What's the matter?
Sorry, Reed. I know we got to get out, but this is now coming all to me right now. Buttermilk syrup.
Yes.
That must be Penner's Pancakes' significant other. I'm putting this together live. She said,
Oh, is it?
polish the golf cart for the husband, to which Penner's Pancakes replied right underneath it, this
Oh,
is an
the-
excellent
yes.
wife.
She's hooked.
And the arrow's pointing upwards. Okay.
Well, welcome, Mrs.
Oh, and
Syrup.
wasn't that Penners that said his wife
Yeah,
is
this
now addicted to the
6
show?
6.
Yeah.
We hooked her.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mrs. Pancakes.
Yeah. Well, like I've always said, we're like meth. Here's Ben Thompson.
The NHL playoffs continue tonight with Game 4 between the Avalanche and Wild. Minnesota looks to keep the momentum rolling after a 5-1 win on Saturday. They look to tie the series at 2 games apiece. More news from the NHL as Shane Doan and the Toronto Maple Leafs have mutually parted ways. Doan joined the organization as a special advisor of Brad Treliving and now exits with him as John Chayka takes over the general manager position. To baseball, the Blue Jays open a 3-game series tonight against the Red Hot Rays. Kevin Gausman gets a start for Toronto while Drew Rasmussen takes the mound for Tampa Bay. The Jays will also be without Addison Barger, who heads back to the injured list with an elbow injury. First pitch is set for 5:07. Elsewhere around the MLB tonight, the Angels face the Guardians, the Yankees battle the Orioles, the Diamondbacks clash with the Rangers, the Mariners take on the Astros, and the Giants meet the Dodgers later tonight. And in the NBA playoffs, the Pistons and Cavaliers tip off at 6 o'clock with Detroit leading the series 2-1. Then at 8 p.m., LeBron James and the Lakers try to keep their season alive against Shea and the Thunder, with OKC sitting 1 win away from the sweep. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. More of the Reid Wilkins Show coming up on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
When gambling, set up.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy.
2 guys and a goalie.
Does a coach who had an excellent NHL playing career automatically carry more clout when he walks into a dressing room?
For me, I would say yes. All the coaches that I had in North America, and even in Europe too, they were all former players. I had Claude Julien. I had, obviously, Ron Lowe.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
God, I wish I could meet somebody like you online. She's got me in the friend zone.
Don't miss Morgan Jay's musical comedy May 23rd. 9 p.m. show is sold out. Second 6 p.m. show added. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said great job. Happy hour. Your boss said per my last email. Ugh. Emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. Portions of this hour presented by Lamley's. Built for the job, made with quality craftsmanship, and designed for job protection with cowboy-worthy durability. Lamley's workwear combines safety with all-day comfort, featuring brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed to withstand tough conditions and deliver performance across every job site. Visit lamleys.com/work to see how Lamley's can make your workday better.
LAMMLES.
And one thing, first of all, we love having Lamley's on board.
Yes.
We're incredibly proud of that. I mean, what a great, like that would be like, what do you call it, like a legacy company?
Sure.
And you mentioned Lamley's. Everybody knows what it is, what they do. Everybody knows the jingle. What I'm most proud of is, so Jay sent me that. We call them live reads or tags or liners, a lot of different things, I guess. So at the end of that, he put play jingle, LAMMLE, and I never once have read that. I've never been like, Lamley's can make your workday better. Play jingle, LAMM. Oh, it's like I've always just played the jingle.
Never Ron Burgundy.
Never Ron Burgundy did this. What, didn't he say something nasty to the people of San Diego?
I believe he did.
Yeah. So anyway, Lamley's portions of this hour. I have to admit, we always love hearing from people. I don't always understand what people mean. Notorious TBG, and I'm not picking on you. I just don't understand what you mean. He says, the Oilers are the Lakers of the NHL, except the Lakers didn't waste LeBron's prime years. He was already old and slow when he got there. I have never once thought of the Oilers as the Lakers of the NHL or the Lakers as the Oilers of the NBA. The Lakers have virtually never been bad for more than, maybe a couple of years at a time. And they always seem to poach or get the best players, right? Or a lot of great players either were there or wind up there. I mean, didn't even Malone go there late in his career? Didn't Steve Nash go there late in his career? I've never once thought of, now maybe I'm missing something. Notorious TBG. I don't understand what you mean. I feel like maybe you just wanted to take a shot at LeBron for being allegedly old and slow. I don't know, Notorious TBG. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Who would LeBron be on the Oilers?
I don't even know.
Like, who would McDavid be on the Lakers?
I don't know.
Like, maybe.
And the Oilers won all of their championships in a 7-year span. If you look at basketball history, the Lakers pop up every decade, sometimes multiple times. So I don't really get that at all. But I'm sure he'll write back and say, no, Reid.
Here's what I mean.
You charlatan fool.
Charlatan.
Here's what you're missing. I don't know.
The off-topic topic for William Huff. What did you do outside this weekend? Peterman says, I am officially a Red Seal gas fitter / plumber. My wonderful wife put a surprise party on for me Sunday, and we ate steak and burgers.
It was
nice.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
That is nice. Big uke. Did a dump run, broke the dump trailer door, fixed the trailer door, had a beer, got the pontoon boat out, got the golf carts ready, lawnmower and sweeper are out, and cut once. Tore down a damaged tarp shed, had some beer, swapped some winter tires off, had more beer, got the patio furniture out, enjoyed a barbecue dinner last night.
Not to brag or anything, Big Uke?
Busy boy. Busy boy. And Timber Woodsman says...
No, I didn't get it to much. Just here's my 5-minute text to Edmonton Sports Talk about my weekend.
It was really dull. Timber Woodsman played 9 holes at Rundle with the wife on Sunday.
Oh, good.
You see Trev throwing his discs all around and all up in the...
Oh, did he?
The places of Rundle. I believe
Is there a video of it?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. All right. We better get to our guest here coming up. Jody Shelley's coming up. We'll catch up with him. We have plenty of Oilers and Elks discussion ahead as well. Another update with Ben Thompson.
The NHL Playoffs continue tonight with the Avalanche taking on the Wild in Game 4. Minnesota will try to even the series after a dominant 5-1 victory on Saturday night. Elsewhere in the NHL, Shane Doan and the Toronto Maple Leafs have officially gone their separate ways. Doan has been serving as special advisor to Brad Treliving and now departs with him as John Chayka steps into the role of general manager. Over to MLB action. The Blue Jays kick off a 3-game series tonight against the Red Hot Rays. Kevin Gausman gets the start for Toronto while Drew Rasmussen goes for Tampa Bay. The Jays will also be without Addison Barger, who's back on the injured list with an elbow injury. First pitch is scheduled for 5:07. Around the majors tonight, the Angels take on the Guardians. The Yankees battle the Orioles. The Diamondbacks face the Rangers. The Mariners visit the Astros. And the Giants square off with the Dodgers. And in the NBA playoffs tonight, the Pistons and Cavaliers meet in Game 4 with Detroit holding a 2-1 series lead. Later tonight, LeBron James and the Lakers look to avoid the sweep against Shea, and the Thunder with OKC leading that series 3-0. This sports update is brought to you by The Ranch. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. It's why we're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Go visit them at theranchgolf.com. Jody Shelley on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
What is the number one reason, if you had to make an argument, to keep Stan Bowman as GM? I think it would be continuity, and because you know what you got. You still, listen, I know how bad the season ended and what a disappointment losing in the first round to Anaheim was.
They're continuing a disastrous year.
I'm not saying this with confidence.
No.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Some of us are walking, others are biking. Together, we are accelerating the pace of MS research breakthroughs. This May, join Sentinel Storage at an MS walk in your community. Sentinel Storage, proud partner of MS Canada.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
God, I wish I could meet somebody like you online. She's got me in the friend zone.
Don't miss Morgan Jay's musical comedy May 23rd. 9 p.m. show is sold out. Second 6 p.m. show added. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation, one job,
one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us. He's Jay, I'm Reid. We're with you until 6 o'clock, and we are going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years, whether it's game day or a snowstorm. We work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. This guy works hard. Of course, he's on the Blue Jackets broadcasts. You see him nationally as well. You've seen him on playoffs, during the playoffs on TNT Sports. It's our good buddy, Jody Shelley, checking in. Jody, it's Reid and Jay. How are you?
How are you guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're in a vehicle. You told me. Well, you tell. Where are you? What are you doing? What's going on?
Well, we're in Short Park. We're just leaving the golf store. I'm with my mother's driving. So I surprised her for Mother's Day in the middle of my schedule yesterday. And we're just running around. So sorry that it's not in the studio like you guys, but it's great to be on.
Well, this is perfect. Okay. Well, thanks for doing this while you're with your mom. So you didn't tell her you were coming into town?
No, she had no idea. She was thought she was going to have a relaxing Mother's Day, and my dad kept it quiet. So I showed up Saturday night, actually, at 7:30. And then we had a great day golfing yesterday. Beautiful weather here in Edmonton. And had a great Mother's Day. I had a few duties to take care of, but I'm glad Mother's Day is behind us.
Okay, well, this is awesome that you're doing this, because I was wondering, like, are you done working games, or are you waiting to be assigned the next round, or what's going on?
So with Anaheim winning last night, it means there'll be a Game 6 back in Anaheim. So I'll be doing that on Thursday. So I'll leave Wednesday and go there. And yeah, that's as far as I know, that's my final game of the year. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, well, thanks for doing this. And you've talked about your parents being aware of me. So I hope your mom was like, "Oh, that Reid boy is so nice. You just go on with him."
She's fine with it. She's fine with it.
We're used to this.
Hang on now, because you said there were a couple duties, Jody, and that was we have a segment called the off-topic topic every day, and it was what did you do outside this weekend? Were any of these duties that you had to do around the parents' house outside related, Jody?
As a matter of fact, yes, I had the rototiller going this morning, which is a continued Mother's Day in the back garden because it's that time of year. So that was one of them. What else did I do? I had to make breakfast, did the dishes. What else was outside? Well, golfing and doing the rototilling was two of the big outdoor activities over this Mother's Day.
And going to the greenhouse and getting soil.
Oh, I had to go get potting soil too, yeah.
Well, you're a great example for children everywhere. That sounds like a very good Mother's Day, and you're still here for a couple more days. Okay, we will talk some hockey, and I know your parents are watch our local.
Oh, they love it.
I kind of want to get your view of, because I was pretty disappointed. I think a lot of us were with how the Oilers played in the playoffs. I thought they could be beaten by Anaheim. I didn't necessarily think they'd be beaten that way, and I thought quite convincingly, even though it went 6 games. That was my view from covering it every day. I know you were watching a lot of series, but sort of your view on how it wrapped up for the Oilers this season.
Well, I mean, a lot of changeover with the Oilers to start the season, and it seemed like it took a long time to get their footing, and when they did, they had injuries. And it's still the goaltending carousel a little bit. That always puts a little bit of doubt, I think, in a player's mind when, it's a tough spot to be in when you make those changes and the expectations are there, and it's a team that's been to the Stanley Cup finals the past 2 years. I remember when I went to Philadelphia and they had just been to the Stanley Cup finals, and it's a different feeling of excellence in the locker room that is there all year. And the questions started in October and they continued through the end of the season, and finally, because you think about it, you go to the finals, I can't imagine going to the Stanley Cup finals and losing, because you have to wait all off season, all preseason, all regular season to get back to where you know what that means to you and your organization and your city. And to me, with the injuries of the two big boys in Draisaitl and McDavid, plus the expectations, plus the length of the past 2 seasons, it's not a terrible thing. You still have these guys here. They'll make the right moves. I like that Connor's put them on notice with the 2-year deal with the Edmonton Oilers. And this is an upper echelon team. And upper echelon, I think, only holds 4 slots. And they're one of them. And it's one of those years where take a step back, take a breath, take what you've learned the past 3 seasons and move forward in the right direction and go win a Stanley Cup. And I think that's where these conversations are important, but I think this is a talent group that can do that.
All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna be diving into that a lot over the summer for sure. I want to get your view of a little bit on the Canadiens, but like when you played, you had a certain role. You had to play with energy. You had to be there for your teammates, and oftentimes that might be you had to be there for your goaltender. So when you see Dobish for the Canadiens, not just getting involved in scrums, but sometimes initiating them, because a lot of times the scrum breaks are out around the neck and around the net, and the goalie's over in the corner. He's like, "This is not me. I don't want to fight." Yeah. He's yelling at the Buffalo bench. He's slashing guys. I wonder what you think of this.
I think it's great. I mean, I think the emotion and the involvement, I think sometimes it drags players into that because, when a goaltender gets involved, it's another level. It's like, it's like a family member that gets picked on. There's no thought. It's just an automatic reaction. And I like the emotion and the energy that he brings to these scrums. Now, in the scrums, okay, when you have a 3 or 4 goal lead, it's time to do whatever you want, I think, in my opinion, where, you can boil over. But there is a calculation in the other scrums where it's a 1-1 game. And you got to be careful of what kind of energy you go in there with, because the last thing you want to do is put everyone in a bad spot on your team. But I like the energy. I mean, I play with some interesting goaltenders, some guys that wore that emotion. Brizgalov was one of them, you kind of expected it from him at nights. But when Bobrovsky did it, I mean, you knew that there was a problem. So it was like, or Lundqvist, where it was all hands on deck. So I like it. I think it's part of the personality of the Montreal Canadiens. They have a young group with speed and enthusiasm and expectations, and I think he fits right into it.
Jody Shelley joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. We're going to talk about the coaching, NHL coaching, because that's been a point of discussion here in Edmonton. Obviously, there's fingers being pointed in all different directions. I'm not going to put you on the spot with that, Jody. But in terms of coaching and the style of coaching, what did you prefer as a player throughout your NHL career in terms of a raw guy or more of a calm, composed head coach?
Well, I had a lot. I had different in all elements, and it varied for me at different points in my career. And I think early in my career, I didn't know what I needed. I really enjoyed Dave King. He was an instructor. He was a teacher. He was a guy who knew how the game had to be played. But the veteran guys didn't really see eye to eye with him. So that's just two different parts of your career, where for me, young in my career, it's exactly what I needed. When we had Gerard Gallant in Columbus, if you can win with a guy like that, who's such a great, composed, part of the group player, you got gold. It didn't work out there. John Tortorella in New York, I thought he was tremendous. I thought for the point in my career, there was no nonsense on or off the ice. Everything was taken care of, from the trainers to the bus. The expectations were laid out, and it was refreshing. I just think it depends on what the situation is. If it goes stale with a quiet coach, then you need more accountability in your room, because ultimately it's the player's room. But when the players aren't doing it, you need a figurehead or someone that raises the bar and clears all the gray areas. And I think that's where it's not a rah-rah coach. It's a guy who understands that there's potential in a locker room, and doing it quietly isn't working, and waiting for them to do it isn't working. And I think at the end of the day, if you go player to player, it's refreshing to have a coach that takes over all elements of a locker room, where whether it's, if you're not 5 minutes for a meeting, you're late and you're not in the meeting. If you're not on the bus 5 minutes before the bus leaves, you're late and the bus leaves. Those are small things, but it doesn't matter who you are. That's the rules. And I think that in some organizations that have elite players, that has to be the standard. And there are some teams still in the playoffs that have players in the locker room who are leaders, and the expectations are set at a way that it's all understood. But I think with a group that's kind of not sure their direction, it's so important, because it's those little things that bring everybody together, and it doesn't put players above or below, whatever, if they're superstars or not. This is the rules, and it's driven by the head coach who, and I've talked to Torts about it, where he says, holding people accountable, which is a word that's thrown around, it's a lonely place at times, but it's also for the good of the team, and that's why it's done. And I've always been a big proponent of someone who holds everyone to a standard across the board. The grumblings are heard from some of the top players, but you know what? At the end of the day, they know it's for the right reasons.
I got one more for you. Great answer. Thanks for that. And we want to let you get back to your family here. But I got to just kind of put a cap on Werenski's season. I mean, he's up for the Norris. I think he's going to win it. I imagine he'll have Hart votes. We know he's not a finalist. I mean, we had a bunch of talk a few days ago about Bouchard not being in the top three for the Norris. But nonetheless, Werenski was outstanding. What did he mean to that Blue Jackets team?
Yeah, I mean, it's different there because he is the superstar of the Columbus Blue Jackets. And when he was on before the Olympic break, there was very little time spent in the defensive zone when he was on the ice. There was a clean neutral zone, and the defensive team was on notice because he's a rover. I mean, he goes all throughout the offensive zone. He's a player that can dictate the way the game's going to be played. It's an extreme case in Columbus because that's a team that has to win as a unit. I know every team does, but they don't have the game breakers, so to speak. So he had to be the game breaker, the penalty killer, the defensive player, and the guy that helps on the breakout. So everything was smooth when he was on the ice, and it just felt easier, as a fan or someone watching. So that's what he meant to the Columbus Blue Jackets. And it was when he came back from the Olympics, it was a bit of a struggle for the whole team. But you look at Werenski, and things weren't happening easy for him then, and that's why they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay. Jody, we love having you. We love having you under these circumstances because that's an incredible story, and it shows what a great son you are and a great Edmontonian, even though your life has taken you other places. You still come back and love Edmonton and love your family, so that's the best, buddy.
I love it here, yeah. It's a great spot. I mean, I used to train here with a bunch of the guys, and it's great getting back, and now we're going to go grab some Alberta beef and have a little barbecue tonight. So I appreciate being on with you guys. Thank you.
What an evening. Okay, and have a good game coming up in Anaheim, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anytime, guys. See you, Reid. See you,
Jody
Jay.
Shelley and Mom on the Oil Country video highlight. That's great. So if you weren't on YouTube, like he's in the vehicle with his mom, driving around, shopping. Yeah.
But that just means the world to his mother. Not only just having him surprise visit, show up, but then to see him, ply his trade. I mean, this is his career now, and as a parent, you just want your kids to be happy and doing something fun, and he's definitely checking those boxes.
Jay and I are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. I gotta make a personal recommendation, if I may, about the Canadian Brewhouse. We're almost halfway through May already. It's hard to believe. Well, we're a third of the way through. Their wing flavor of the month, roasted jalapeno poblano, spicy, bold, bursting with roasted pepper flavor. I would recommend checking these out. If you like chicken wings, it's a must-have. If that sounds even borderline appealing to you, go get them. Don't waffle. Don't eat waffles. Go get the roasted jalapeno poblano wings at the Canadian Brewhouse. Spicy, bold, bursting with roasted pepper flavor. Now, I want to emphasize spicy, but not kill your mouth for 2 days with heat. Like just a nice little bit of heat, still with flavor. You'll get a little bit of a kick after, but not like for
it's not annoying
hours.
hot.
It's not annoying hot. It's nice hot. Like you'll eat the wing, you'll get a little bit of heat. And then by the time you start your next wing, the heat will be gone. Like these are excellent wings, the Canadian Brewhouse. Check them out, or order some and send them to the station.
I didn't text Pat Ketty from the Brewhouse, but I'm going to. We need to review these wings because every time you talk about them, I just start salivating. They sound so good.
They are good.
Of course, when you brought some into the office, you chose not to share them with me.
No, I ate them myself. Did you really want those wings packed in my little lunch bag with other stuff that I was touching?
I wanted one so I could taste it and know.
Well, now
what
you'll
you're
enjoy it even more when you get it, Jay.
I guess so, Reid.
Yes,
I guess so.
I've delayed your pleasure. That was Jody Shelley checking in, by the way, for people asking. Great analyst, and his family here in the Edmonton area and lived here earlier in his life as well. So cool to catch up with him. He told me he was back in town. He didn't say he'd be out with his mom while he was doing the hit. So a little extended Mother's Day content here.
Well, and if you're good at picking out imagery from the background, you could tell exactly where they were shopping.
Oh, could we see where he was? I couldn't see that well, but
well, let's just say it was out in my neck of the woods. Right?
Oh, sure. Well, he said Sherwood Park, right? Or one of us said Sherwood Park. All right, 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort Casino inbox. If you're on YouTube with us this afternoon, and if you can't get on YouTube, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, awesome, we appreciate it. But on YouTube, we urge you to subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already. And if you've not given this show a thumbs up, smash that like button. We want to get to at least 100 thumbs every show. We're already over 50. So half the work is done. We got 2 hours, so get in there and click right away. All right, we'll have some extended Oilers discussions and coaching discussions because Jay has some comments and observations on the coaches who are still, well, and even on Tocchet, I guess, who was eliminated.
Yeah.
But the coaches who've been in the second round.
Yes.
Is what you want to talk about. We'll visit with the play-by-play voice of the PA Raiders. He's calling the WHL final, PA against Everett. Jay was at Elks Camp today.
Yes.
So he'll tell you what he saw there. All coming up in the final 2 hours. Here's the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
Unfortunately, I didn't give the Flyers much of a chance coming into this one, and we've seen this movie before. Carolina waltzing through their division without any problems whatsoever, and then going up recently against a Florida Panther team that swept them, a Lightning team previous years that had swept them. So I don't see any different right now. I think they're better. The addition of Ehlers is just taking their power play to a whole nother level.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Airy at Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work.
LAMMLES.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The NHL Playoffs continue tonight with the Avalanche taking on the Wild in Game 4. Minnesota will try to even the series after a dominant 5-1 victory on Saturday night. Elsewhere in the NHL, Shane Doan and the Toronto Maple Leafs have officially gone their separate ways. Doan has been serving as a special advisor to Brad Treliving and now departs with them as John Chayka steps in for the role of general manager. Over to MLB action. The Blue Jays kick off a 3-game series tonight against the Red Hot Rays. Kevin Gausman gets a start for Toronto while Drew Rasmussen goes for Tampa Bay. The Jays will also be without Addison Barger, who's back on the injured list with an elbow injury. First pitch is scheduled for 5:07. Around the majors tonight, the Angels take on the Guardians. The Yankees battle the Orioles. The Diamondbacks face the Rangers. The Mariners visit the Astros. And the Giants square off with the Dodgers. And the NBA playoffs tonight, the Pistons and Cavaliers meet in Game 4 with Detroit holding a 2-1 series lead. Later tonight, LeBron James and the Lakers look to avoid the sweep against Shea and the Thunder, with Oklahoma City leading that series 3-0. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood of Duke. Locally owned and operated since 1993, they're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood of Duke, the experts you need to know. Second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show coming right up. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne here on Monday, May 11th. Reid.
Hey.
We've got a limerick.
Oh.
This one comes in from Dash.
Oh, is that Dash?
Dash.
Okay.
There once was a season called spring, but Alberta denied such a thing. There's just winter and grime, then construction full-time, with melting snow piled on everything.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I agree with that. Was that texted in?
Twas.
780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Tap 25 has their happy hour, $5.25 drinks, all beers, including bottled draft, import, domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine, served at Tap 25 Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor, Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., rivercreeresort.com. Good to have Jody Shelley on the show. I mentioned the text line, 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube. KQ says, sup, Reid? Sup back to you, KQ. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. Some bit of meandering in the chat today, eh?
Oh, it's all over the map.
Yeah. So I think I know what's happening. Somebody came in and said, sort of out of the blue, I don't know, like sometimes... I have found this over the years as a talk show host, and this is not a complaint. This is an observation. Okay.
Yep.
That, and it's good, but you become a part of people's lives to an extent. You know, for us, we're on 3 to 6. Some people listen the whole time. Some people might be in and out. We get that, but they know you, or they feel like they know you, and then when they interact with you, they sometimes forget that we don't know them, or we don't know what they've been talking about all day, or we don't know their things that bother them or that they like. Like we're not, you know what I mean? So sometimes they send us things, and it almost feels like that's a conversation they've been having with somebody else, and now they want to have it with us, but we don't know what it's based on. So we want to interact, like we really do. Or sometimes people come up with us in, well, I don't know if this has happened to you yet, but sometimes in public, not often, but usually people just want to say hi, but I'll get a question from somebody and I'll be like, oh, okay, what do you mean?
Like a sports-related question?
Yeah, and then they'll be like, well, you were talking about that on your show. Yeah, 4 months ago. You know, and I'll think and I'll be like, oh, yeah, that was a few weeks ago, right? So I think... maybe that's what's happened with this one individual, Notorious TBG, who we love hearing from. Good, but Notorious TBG put in there that the Oilers are like the Lakers, except because they have superstars that wilt in the playoffs. And I was like, well, I think you should check how many titles LeBron has won. LeBron is a 4-time NBA champion.
Correct.
Was he Finals MVP every time? He might have been. Where's his list of accomplishments? Yes, 4-time NBA Finals MVP. So I'm just saying to Notorious TBG, I'm not trying to be argumentative or pick on you. I'm just trying to understand your argument. Because I feel like maybe this is something you've gone over in your head several times, and maybe you've even imagined yourself having this conversation with me and Jay or with other people, but we're a little lost, and that's not your fault. Well, not lost. We're just saying, like, hey, I don't get where these claims are coming from. You gotta expand. Now, I also have another theory. Perhaps this poster, Notorious TBG, is Dustin's proxy, and it's Dusty's way of getting me to say nice things about LeBron.
You think he would stoop to that level?
I don't know if it's stooping. I just think maybe it's a bit of a social experiment.
Creating a burner account on his own station?
No, I'm not saying it's a burner account.
Would you think he's employing this person? Do you think there's side cash?
No, I'm not suggesting any of that.
What are you suggesting then?
I'm suggesting maybe Dustin knows this person.
Is this Marshall Nielsen?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Marshall Nielsen's in school, I think.
Not now.
Anyway, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying I don't see... I mean, I kind of don't like that to begin. Well, this person is this of this. This team is the this of this. Well, I don't know.
Well, it's very common to try and cross borders and compare teams
Right.
to
So the Lakers,
players to this
the
player.
Lakers are not going to win the title this year. They will likely be swept tonight.
Likely.
Right. Okay. The Oilers lost in the first round. Okay. I guess this year, you could say the Oilers and the Lakers were somewhat similar. Well, but the Oilers didn't win a round, though. Anyway, you can lay it out for me. I want that person to actually lay it out for me. What are you Googling? How are the Oilers?
Well, no, I guess I would say that it's just kind of roundabout way of saying that the Oilers are wasting their superstars.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because
LA's been okay, but to me that does not translate to LeBron and the Lakers at all. He went to LA second half of his career.
Yeah,
he'd already won 3 titles. Yeah, so I don't know.
Maybe he was talking about Bronny.
There's a lot of things I don't get.
Well, no, apparently
there's a lot of things I don't get.
Not according to the chat. They think you're pretty hip.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Because I said sup?
Yeah.
780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Oh, here's something fun.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. Playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 and over to play. And if you gamble, use your game sense.
Yes. So, like we've been talking about, I think this series ends tonight. The Lakers have held with OKC through the first half of most of I think at least 2 or 3 of these, 2 of the 3 games. But I just think the Oklahoma City Thunder is going to put the pedal down tonight, finish this off in 4. I think LA's will is already broken, Reid. I think they know what is going to happen. So would that make you want to play harder, Reid? Or would that just say,
is that the end of our season? I think I hear him coming now.
Exactly. So I got the Oklahoma City Thunder to win by 13 or more points. That was regularly at -106. I got it boosted to +110. So OKC Thunder to win by 13 or more points. That is over at playalberta.ca. Click on sports, click on EST specials. You'll see that and plenty other specials. Remember to download the Play Alberta app. You will not regret it. And Reid, always use your game sense.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta. He's Jay. I'm Reid. 3 to 6 p.m. every weekday on Edmonton Sports Talk. Usually Zach Kubish is at our technical desk. He is on holidays this week. Ben Thompson is filling in. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Reid. How are you?
Good. How's your day going?
Oh, good. Just relaxing a little bit. Trying to, at least.
Now, this is a little different for you because usually you work. I guess maybe it's not different for you because you have a very fluctuating schedule.
Yes, very much so.
Now, do you have a day where you consider that's my base work day?
Well, not really, honestly. I throughout the Oilers season, it's very all over the place with the Oilers schedule. Pretty much my work revolves around the Oilers schedule. So,
right.
If the Oilers are playing that night, I come in work at 3. If they don't come in, or if they don't play at night, I come in at 12 and I leave at 3. There's a lot of different stuff, and then I got hell hockey on Saturday and a bunch of stuff. So it's quite all over the place. I don't have a set day necessarily.
So what will you work this week with Kubaway?
This week I'll be working 10:30 to 6:30.
10:30 to 6:30. Well, we're going to make sure you stay right until 6:30. Jay and I are going to stay late and do nothing. Just to make sure, so if it's 6:28, we can be like, ooh. Benny, pretty
Benny,
sure there's some fluffy on the ground that needs to be picked up.
I think you could dust a bit there, Benny.
Do I have to give you guys a good blind rankings to be able to take the day off?
Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll find out.
It's out of our hands, Ben. It's out of our
That's
control.
out of our hands. Ben.
What, really? So you guys telling me, like, you know what, Ben? You can take the rest of the day off. Like, that's not...
Well, it's 6 o'clock,
Oh,
we'll say
six.
that. Yeah, ish. After
At
6.
6 o'clock, we'll say, you know what, Ben?
Yeah.
20 more minutes, maybe 25, and then you know what? You head home for the night.
Take the rest of the evening off.
Sounds good.
Well, it's great to have you sitting in.
Thanks
You're
for
gonna
having me.
You're going to have to do a sports update in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Jodes in the Nasty Chat says, so no Oiler news. Well, we've let Jodes down yet again.
Sorry.
As have the Oilers, I guess. We're going to talk about the Oilers, though. I have some thoughts on their plight.
Well, I just Googled Oilers news, and no.
It's probably all AI stuff. Yeah.
No, and you know what? I think what Jodes is also saying, I'm paraphrasing for the people a lot today. No news in regards to changes, whether it be management, coaching, yada, yada, yada. I mean,
they have announced nothing.
Read the timeline for a general manager change is tight.
Well, you got to do it this week, don't you?
I believe, like you've kind of said, and I would agree, the end of the second round. Before the end of the second round or thereabouts.
Well, I would think so if you want the new people to prepare for the draft and get the culture in place, so to speak.
Well, that's important.
Yeah. But 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We want to know from you, what did you do outside this weekend? What did you get out and enjoy, maybe do for the first time this summer? Or were you productive in the yard? You know what I enjoyed last night inside?
Oh, I know what
Oh, a little bit of air conditioning.
Hey-o.
A little bit of air conditioning. Thanks to Weiss Johnson. Now, it hasn't been super hot yet, obviously, but my place can heat up. And last night it was feeling like it's getting a little too warm in here. I'm just going to put it down a degree and a half.
Yeah.
See what happens.
It doesn't need much.
Oh, it was lovely.
It doesn't need much.
It was lovely.
So what are you running that baby at? 21 and a half?
I think I had it down to 21 last night. Yeah.
Okay.
Just but I mean, you can put it however you feel.
Little Wilkie sleep soundly?
Yeah, but it hasn't been too hot, but it's going to happen. That's what I'm most looking forward to, because my place would get really hot at night, and I feel as if my place takes a while to cool off. Like the weather really wouldn't drop at night, and I don't know. Like, I mean, I can't sleep without a blanket or something on top of me. Like, you're just used to that.
Yeah, it's not like there's something wrong with your house either. It's just
just the way it is.
narrow and tall.
Right.
So it just heat gets trapped in there and then starts
Yeah.
overwhelming you.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you, buddy. We had the air conditioning on yesterday as well.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you have it down to?
21.
Yeah.
21, get a good cool on. And then by the time, supper time rolls around, then you can start opening the windows up again and turn the AC off.
Oh, yeah. See, I'll probably never open the windows in my house again.
Do it at night. Do it at night. Open them bad boys up. Get that place cold.
Is it crazy that my dad has it at 19?
Well, see, okay,
No.
different houses
Yeah, true.
are different.
True.
I like, it just depends on your house. I've heard people that are at 19, 18. Yeah.
It depends, like, because downstairs, at least with 19, is ridiculously cold in my place. Where we're like, in the summer, I'm going to sleep in just underwear, and in the winter,
TMI.
So-
Okay, Ben. If you want to participate in
What
the
is
show,
this? What do they call this, Reid?
Like-
A thirst trap? Benny performing a...
In the summer, I'm going to bed in a
narrative thirst
hoodie and
trap.
pajamas. In the winter, I'm going to bed in less clothing. That's
Doing it again.
Jeez, Ben.
I just couldn't stop at one.
Yeah.
Drop. But next
Story
sports
time.
update.
Story. Hey, Ben, what do you think of the Oilers game last night? Well, so I'm walking around my house nude, and I noticed on the TV McDavid has scored. Okay, Ben, I'm not sure what the first part of that sentence had to do with it, but All right. 780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We'll get into the Oil Understood. I have a question for everybody, and then I'll explain. The Edmonton Oilers, incapable or unwilling? Here's Ben Thompson.
The NHL Playoffs continue tonight with the Avalanche taking on the Wild in Game 4. Minnesota will try to even the series after a 5-1 dominant victory on Saturday night. Elsewhere in the NHL, Shane Doan and the Toronto Maple Leafs have officially gone their separate ways. Doan has been serving as a special advisor to Brad Treliving and now departs with them as John Chayka steps in to the role of general manager. Over to MLB action, the Blue Jays kick off a 3-game series tonight against the Red Hot Rays. Kevin Gausman gets the start for Toronto, while Drew Rasmussen goes for Tampa Bay. The Jays will also be without Addison Barger, who's back on the injured list with an elbow injury. First pitch is scheduled for 5:07. Around the majors tonight, the Angels and Guardians are playing as we speak. That is at the end of the first inning, tied 0-0. The Yankees battle the Orioles, the Diamondbacks face the Rangers, the Mariners visit the Astros, and the Giants square off with the Dodgers. And in the NBA playoffs tonight, the Pistons and Cavaliers meet in Game 4 with Detroit holding a 2-1 series lead. Later tonight, LeBron James and the Lakers look to avoid the sweep against Shea and the Thunder, the Oklahoma City Thunder leading that series 3-0. This sports update is brought to you by Say the Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best of the game at Say the Reid Sport Medicine. Call 780-460-9977 or visit their website at saythereidsportmed.ca to book an appointment today. More of the Reid Wilkins Show coming up on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Darren Dreger, you look at the playoff revenue that Cates and the Oilers have earned over the past few years here, but you've got to pay the guaranteed contract. If not, block if you're making that call. And then if it's Bruce Cassidy, you're in that 4.5 range per year. As much as the fans would like that level of change, there's a lot of factors that go into making that decision. And I guess they still believe they have time on their side.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for...
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love,
just bigger
and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Jay and I are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Why wait for a good time? Started early at the Canadian Brewhouse. Happy hour running Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. Deals starting at $3.99. Your couch can't compete. The Canadian Brewhouse. All right, what do we have tonight? Blue Jays play. Blue Jays play in a little over half an hour. Is it mini call tonight? Min call?
Min call. Call Min. At 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Our time.
Lakers play.
Lakers, that's a late game. 8:30.
That's the late one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll get to watch that. I'm excited.
You're going to watch that?
I like my late sports.
Yeah. Coop's gone to bed?
Because I got stuff to do. I got flag football practice right after.
Oh, did you coach any games on the weekend?
I coached 2 games. Our Friday night game, we got a victory over the dreaded Ravens. 20-19.
Oh, 1-pointer.
Okay. Do we have a little minute here?
Go ahead. Sure.
Okay. I got to talk to everybody. I want to have everybody's opinion. And please, if I'm out of line, tell me. So, Reid, you know this about me. I'm a vocal guy. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, I would say if you think it's appropriate to speak up, you will speak up. I don't think you speak unnecessarily.
Right. So, when our kids are playing flag football, I'm a bit like a coach style. I'd be like a rah guy. Like, come on, kids, yeah,
okay.
But all supportive. Like, hey, good try, good flag, way to go, good hustle, yeah. And I'm a little loud like that. Like but it's in a supportive manner.
Okay.
Never would I say, "Oh, come on, how'd you miss that?"
You'd say that to a referee, let's be honest.
No, even them. Like, these are like teenagers that are reffing, right?
Okay.
So I'm on the sideline, and I'm cheering on my team.
Good.
Right? Good flag. Way to go, D. Good job. High-fiving them as they come off.
Right.
You know, the kids are pumped. So the opposing coach, you stand on the same sideline. And the 50-yard line and this side is our sideline, and the 50-yard and that way is their sideline.
Sure.
So we're kind of close. And actually, we were talking about a rule that was just recently adopted this year. So everybody's getting used to it. Coaches, players, yada, yada, yada. So we were just talking about it. And because at center line, 5 yards on each side, that's a no-run zone. You have to pass the ball. Okay.
Really? Okay.
So we're just talking about it, and he says, oh, and by the way, this is the other coach to me. He says, let's be reminded that this is 12 and 13-year-olds out here on the field.
He said this just to you?
To me.
Okay.
And I said, okay. Like, I said it exactly like, okay. And I put my hand up like, what do you mean? And he says, the yelling, you know, it's a little much.
This was after the game?
No, during the game.
Oh, during the game. Okay.
I'm like, the yelling? What do you mean the yelling? He's like, you're always yelling at the kids. And I'm like, I'm praising them.
Right.
I'm yelling, way to go.
Yeah.
Like, that's me.
Yeah.
So immediately I'm like, okay, man, like, you stay over there. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Wow. Okay. You got challenged.
Well, he was upset that I was excited for the kids.
Right.
I mean, tell me you've never played team sports in your life without telling me you've never played team sports in your life.
Yeah, that's what
I would say.
That's
to
very
that guy.
strange.
I was like, who the heck are you to say I can't? No, it was like, it was very supportive. It was very supportive.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I that like took me aback. I was stunned. I'm like, how can you call me out for just being like an
and
excited
and
coach.
you're directing it only at your players.
Wouldn't talk to their players.
Right. And you're saying positive things, even if your players make a mistake.
Yes.
You're
good
saying
try.
you're saying
Good
good
effort.
try. Get the next one's yours.
Next one's yours. All that stuff. All that good stuff that you're just trying to create a positive
Yeah, I
atmosphere.
think you were acting quite normal. I'm surprised that other coach would say that. Now, if you were certainly yelling at his kids or
No.
yeah, I mean
You would never do
I
that.
know you wouldn't do that. That's now, did you talk to this coach again?
No.
Did he try to talk to you again?
We shook hands after the game. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
In
I
fact,
don't understand why he would be like, to me, in that environment, and I don't have kids. I've played sports. To me, that would be expected. That would be the norm, that a coach of athletes at that level would be encouraging his own kids. Like, look, I never played sports at a high level, but I remember, like, when I played high school volleyball, we had a coach who wanted us to be the louder team.
sure.
Like, it wasn't like a rule, but it was like, try to slap hands after every play.
Right.
You know, like,
And I
okay,
did
if
notice-
if you missed a guy, the coach wasn't like, you and Darren didn't slap, but you try to be like, hey, good one, man. Okay, we got this one. Okay, let's go. Let's put something together. It was always chatter.
It's encouraged.
The subs were expected to be in the game, involved in the game, vocal. Now, again, directed at your own team.
Yeah.
Nothing unsportsmanlike, nothing putting down the other team, but directed at your own team.
And guess what? Your team takes that on. They made a big stop near the end of the game, and they're all high-fiving, and,
Right.
like, we're having fun. But I did notice after that discussion at center field, I did notice that their coaching staff, like they had, I think, 3 coaches on their sideline. It was very quiet and subdued. So obviously they thought that's how, you're supposed to coach. Meanwhile, me, you can hardly contain me. I'm so excited when our kids, you know, make a play or do something good. So, yeah, I don't know.
That's a really weird flex by that guy. What's the saying? Strange flex, but okay. Is that it? Am I being being hip there?
Sickler, my buddy,
Yeah.
he helps me coach, and he's coached at a high level. He's coached the senior
Right.
men's national handball team.
Right.
He thought it was like, where was that from?
Yeah, and since he's one of your best friends, if you were acting like a goof, he'd probably be like, "Whoa, buddy!" Like,
Yeah, he could call me out.
yeah. I don't get that at all. That actually upsets me.
And Max, like, our team wasn't like celebrating, like ha 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 celebrating, like
No,
good play.
if you
celebrating.
direct it towards your own team, there's nothing the opponent can say
shouldn't say,
or
They
should say. Like,
I agree.
yeah.
Like, just worry about your team.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me and my team. Okay. I'm glad you shared that reaction, because it wasn't anything unsportsmanlike, or it was just, we're excited. We're excited to be there. We're excited to play football. So,
Well, I'm sorry that upset him. Wonder if you'll get a chance to talk to him again. But he clearly was bothered by it if he wanted to bring it up mid-game.
yeah. And I didn't stop. I actually may have doubled down on it a bit.
Well, and like for him to say, I'm trying to pick apart what he was thinking now. And hey, just remember, these are 12 and 13-year-olds.
Yeah, it was like he was trying to.
Yeah, like if you would have been like, hey, that pattern's supposed to go 7 yards and then in, not 6, then okay, you kind of look stupid.
Right.
But if you're encouraging them, a nice catch, maybe good play, hey, like, I don't know what he can possibly be upset about.
I think it was just that I was celebrating. I was coaching at a higher level.
Like, I wonder
than
what
he
he
was
would
comfortable with.
But you weren't, though. You were being normal. Like, maybe he thinks, well, you can't cheer till you're in the NFL or the CFL. Like, at what age is it okay for a coach to talk to his teammates? I wonder what he thinks, like, when he watches the playoffs and a team scores and the group hug is in front of the other team's bench. Like, would he be like, hey, guys, like, can you tone it down a little bit? My players can see that.
I wondered after if he thought I was, because when we would make a good play or, we'd complete a pass, I'd be super excited.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't happen every play with 12 and 13-year-olds playing flag football.
Right.
Right? Like, it just simply doesn't. So I would celebrate. So maybe he thought I was excessively celebrating the...
Maybe he thought you were trying to rub it in, but you weren't.
Maybe. I couldn't care
I guess
less
if you feel your team is underperforming or has made a bad play and you hear the other team cheering, but that's also sports. every play tends to have.
Well, there's, like I've said, all along, sports has emotion to it. It's okay to have emotion when you're playing and or coaching if it's directed properly.
Yeah. Well,
you want to be on my sideline when we play them next time and just be like, sup?
Just stare at them the whole time.
Put on black sunglasses and just stand there like,
yeah,
just staring over him.
That is, you know what? I hope he complained to the league about you. I hope this escalates. Because then you can please tell me specifically what I said that was incorrect. Just be specific.
Well, like I said, after, we had team photos after, and we were all standing in the same area. Obviously nothing was said. So I think I get the impression that maybe Heath wishes he wouldn't have reacted like that.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he applied to be the co-host of this show and you beat him out.
And they were ahead of, they were leading for the majority of the game.
Like the score?
The score.
Because that's a question. It's like, were you guys like pumping
we
them?
weren't like beating them 48-0.
Yeah.
They were ahead for a long, they were up 20-13.
Right.
Or no, 19-13. And on the second last drive, my team went down the field, threw a big touchdown, a touchdown run, and then the extra point to go up 20-19.
Yeah.
It was a great game. It's tight.
Well, you should have just nodded your head and not said anything positive.
We should have him on the show.
Well, I'm sure he'll.
Yeah, he seems
probably
like a
not
nice guy.
Probably not a sports fan. Probably doesn't even know we exist. All right.
This might be.
It's the oil understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. So here's my question. And the reason I asked this question is because, of course, I've been watching a fair bit of playoff hockey. Of course, I have not seen every game played. But I've seen a lot of Montreal. I've seen bits and pieces of a lot of other series. And it just seems to me the teams that, even some of the teams that lost in the first round, but the teams that are doing well in the second round, who are in the second round, it is intense. It is fast. It is desperate. It is simple when appropriate. I'm in trouble. The puck's got to get out. I can't put my teammates or my goalie in a situation. I got to get it out and fight another day. It's get the puck over the blue line. Is there someone going to the net? Great. Try to hit him. Nope. Okay. Shoot it on net. Okay. Can't get it. Okay. It's in the corner. Now I'm going to work. Or now my teammate's going to work and I'm going to go support him, or I'm going to get open. And it's happening fast. Look at the goals Montreal is scoring. I mean, yes, they've scored some pretty goals, but they've also scored some goals where they got the puck to the net, it bounced to somebody, he hacked it in. He got to the right place, playing with speed, playing aware, playing like you care. The Montreal Canadiens specifically, I made this point earlier in the show. If I didn't know the reputation of some of the players and their regular season stats, I would have trouble telling you who's on the first line and who's on the fourth line. They're just going. Everybody's going. To me, it is total team commitment. It is passion. It is detail. It is speed. It's give a damn. I guess that's part of passion. But no, it's not, because passion is almost like fire. Give a damn is more like this. I got to fight for these 6 inches.
Sure.
Or this might hurt if I do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. There was a play earlier in the series, maybe it was still against Tampa Bay, I can't remember. The Habs opponent had pressure. They were working the puck around. They had a forecheck going, and the Canadiens had all 5 guys drop back inside the hash marks, and a player went to shoot it from just outside the hash marks. Who's down on his side blocking the shot? Juraj Slafkovsky. Blocks the shot, gets up, chases it, chips it out to center. Live to fight another day. And we see other teams do. I mean, the way Carolina plays is just it's passionate and with technical brilliance, just execution always in the right place. So my question is, were the Edmonton Oilers incapable of playing this way, or were they unwilling? And that's, I mean, it's almost bad that question even needs to be asked. But I know the Oilers have won playoff series in the past. I'm not writing them off, but as we've said, there's concerns about the direction of the team this year. I know Jody Shelley said, they played a lot of hockey. They still have a lot of talent. Maybe you need to reload a little bit. I'm worried that this isn't a reloading year, that this is actually, no, they got worse, and I'm not sure how they get better. So, yes, are there players who maybe they're not capable of playing better? Maybe. I mean, you can't ask somebody to do something he can't do. If you're not fast enough to get to a spot or to get to a puck, you're simply not fast enough. Trying harder maybe won't necessarily help. But you can put yourself in a situation where maybe you can be more successful under stress, more successful when the other team's pushing you, more successful when it's like, okay, the other team's coming. And we saw that, we talked about this so much against Anaheim, the room Anaheim had to make plays, how the Oilers couldn't react to their speed, how the Oilers appeared to be, stubborn in how they wanted. I mean, Jay, watching these series, I've had to get used to watching teams who retrieve a rebound in front of their own net and don't circle back behind their own net to try to set up a controlled breakout. I mean, yes, it happens. I'm generalizing, but generally, if the Montreal Canadiens get the puck in their own end, it is going towards the other team's end as quickly as possible. It's not this Oilers BS. No, let's take it back. Let's pass it behind our own net. Maybe we want to change. Maybe we don't. Okay, McDavid or Leon's going to loop back for the puck. We need to have everything exactly the way we want it. It's like, no. We got to go because we want to make the other team uncomfortable. So this is what bothers me. Like Mech says in the Nasty Chat, unwilling because the same core was capable of playing this way but didn't this year. I think that's fair. Now, yes, I agree some guys were probably banged up. We know McDavid couldn't skate as well, all that kind of stuff. But there just was a breakdown in how they played in the postseason. And most of the year we talked about this. How many times when they were pressured against Anaheim did you see all five guys drop back and defend the house, defend the slot, defend the home plate area? You didn't see it. You don't have to be fast to do that. You don't even have to be healthy to do that. You have to be committed to do that. Mm-hmm. You have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable.
I think this question of unwilling versus incapable does answer itself.
Just by being asked.
Well, no, but if you just look at it and say, well, this team is capable. They've done it before. Especially, the players that were there for the prior two seasons. They've done it before, Reid. The core of this group, the leadership core of this group has done it. Now, were they unwilling to do it this year because they knew that they couldn't get it to the ultimate goal? Do you think that they realized that winning the Stanley Cup just was not in the cards?
Yeah, but how do you know that? How do you decide that in the first round of the playoffs?
Well, when one of your superstars is coming back from a lower body injury, your other superstar has ankle injuries early on in the series.
So are you saying,
and is not playing nearly up to his level.
So are you saying Connor and Leon were banged up and nobody was willing to pick up the slack?
I would say possibly, but at that point, where does unwilling and knowing fully, completely where you stand, where do they intersect? Like this team, I don't think this team thought heading into this season, Reid, that they could seriously, legitimately win the Stanley Cup. And as they went through the season, you heard it after the season, where they said they just couldn't put it together for long stretches. They couldn't get it together for long periods of time.
Right.
They kept sliding backwards, taking 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Does that at all factor into the unwillingness part of this.
Well, if I'm understanding what you're saying, that then I think that that's really bad, because it's almost as if you're telling me, well, if we know we aren't the best team, why try? Like, I don't know. I play every golf hole knowing I'm probably not going to par it, yet I still try to par it. And every once in a while I do. I've even made a birdie.
I'm just wondering, at what point does that thought process take over of knowing what I would suggest, based off of what they said at the end of the year, Reid, and I'm talking about Connor and Leon. I feel like both of them knew that the ending was inevitable to be like this, especially when you add on the injuries, late season injuries, Connor getting injured in the first second game.
Maybe. But there's, I think, now I'm a little biased here because I've always had a bit of a soft spot for the Canadiens. I picked them to win the Stanley Cup before the playoffs. I just love watching them play, because it is just nobody is backing down. Nobody, and I bring this up all the time, and I think it fits very well. I remember what Fernando Pisani told me once when he was looking back on 2006. He said, I didn't want to be the loser that I don't know if you use the word loser, whatever. He's like, I didn't want to be the jerk that let the team down because I wouldn't take a hit to get the puck out from 10 feet inside my own blue line.
Right.
That's how the Canadiens are playing.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think that feeling snowballs, Reid, as you continue through the playoffs, right? They beat Tampa Bay in round 1. They're ahead in round 2. Do you think they feel more like Superman right now, or do they feel defeated? No, they feel like they're the kings of the hill.
Yeah.
That is the momentum, the emotion of things that just adds up and snowballs as you continue on. I think it was snowballing the other way for the Oilers in that first round.
Got a limerick here from Library Pat. The Oilers are off to the beach. 2K won't be giving a speech. Reid, annoyed with dirt, won't shed his shirt. The summer is almost in reach. Pretty good. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Hey, we got our own little slash. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. Got to be over 18 to gamble, or I guess 18 and over. And if you gamble, use your game sense. Little more thoughts on intensity, coaching. Jay Milne's going to get into some stuff. Here's Ben Thompson.
The NHL Playoffs continue tonight with just one game on the schedule as the Avalanche visit the Wild for Game 4. Minnesota will look to even the series after a massive 5-1 win on Saturday. In NHL news, Shane Doan and the Toronto Maple Leafs have mutually agreed to part ways. Doan worked as a special advisor to Brad Treliving and now leaves the organization with him as John Chayka takes over the GM position. To the MLB, the Blue Jays open a 3-game series tonight against the Red Hot Rays. Kevin Gausman gets the start for Toronto while Drew Rasmussen takes the mound for Tampa Bay. Toronto will also be without Addison Barger, who has returned to the injured list with an elbow injury. First pitch is set for 5:07. Elsewhere around baseball tonight, the Angels and Guardians are in the bottom of the second. That score is still 0-0, and the Yankees and Orioles are in the middle of the first inning, with that score also tied at 0-0. You also will see the Diamondbacks battle the Rangers, the Mariners visit the Astros, and the Giants meet the Dodgers to cap off the night. And in the NBA playoffs, the Pistons and Cavaliers tip off at 6 p.m. with Detroit leading the series 2-1. Then at 8 p.m., LeBron James and the Lakers try to fend off elimination against Shea and the Thunder, with OKC leading that series 3-0. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Their in-house team handles everything from selections to completions, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit their showroom, open 7 days a week, or find them at ParamountFlooring.ca. More of the Reid Wilkins Show coming up for you on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date
The EST Hangout.
But at the same time, like, is it really fully good for the health?
Yeah.
And as you're drinking alcohol, you're slowly killing yourself slightly or poisoning your body.
If you don't have the 1 or 1.5 glasses of wine a day, and then at the end of the week you have like 7 glasses on one day, does that still count? Does that make it equal or no?
I believe that's binge drinking.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Okay, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. I want to let you know, portions of this hour are presented by Commonwealth Stadium. Canada Soccer hitting the road to 2026. You got the Canadian men's national team taking on Uzbekistan. It's June 1st at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton, part of the build-up to the FIFA World Cup. Get your tickets now, canadasoccer.com or at Ticketmaster, and stay tuned for your chance to win your way in. Are we possibly doing something soon? Ish. A little bit of a teaser there.
TBD, brah.
All right. TBD, brah. Imagine if your name was Brah. That'd be frustrating.
Or Brock. Be like, yeah.
Sorry, did you say?
TBD, Brock.
Were you talking to
me or
just the men in general? All right. 780-218-9999, the River Crew Resort and Casino inbox. You can text us. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You can chat with us and with each other in the Nasty Chat. That's the chat stream going on YouTube. If you are on YouTube this afternoon, subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already. And, of course, click the thumbs up button. Give us a like.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
We are at 80 thumbs. Not bad, but we want to get over 100. So if you have not yet clicked, do not delay our pleasure any longer. And your pleasure. It's everybody's pleasure, really. That should be the tagline for the show. The Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. It's everybody's pleasure, really. And let's get over 100 thumbs as quickly as possible. We have Buying or Selling. It's presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Reid, I just want to point out one text that came in, 780-218-9999. And for those of you texting their well wishes for my flag football coaching career, I appreciate you all. I've read them all. Thank you very much. Timber Woodsman says, we were just talking about the Oilers and whether unable or unwilling. Right. And Timber Woodsman texts this in. He says, look who's coaching the Canadiens. How did he play? Right. And that would also, of course, look to Martin St. Louis.
Yeah.
And Reid, I was just looking. These coaches that are left in the playoffs. Bednar in Colorado, John Hines in Minnesota, Tortorella in Vegas, Quenneville in Anaheim, Lindy Ruff in Buffalo, Martin St. Louis in Montreal, and Rod Brindamore in Carolina.
Okay.
Do those coaches not all have a certain something to them that I would say is almost required when you're at this point in the playoffs?
I don't know what is. I'm not sure.
Okay, so Lindy Ruff, Joel Quenneville, John Tortorella, like those are like Jody Shelley was talking about, like older guys more established in the league,
sure,
that have a bit of a presence in the locker room. I never saw Joel Quenneville erupt on the bench until that missed icing call against Vegas.
I feel he's
quiet,
been more emotional with the Ducks than he ever was with Chicago. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll have Chicago fans out there.
Right, but I just feel like they have a quiet control of their team. Like, I don't see any of these guys getting super high or super low, but you could just see that they have the trust of their bench. Right?
Right.
I mean, I'm going to go back to, the Oilers and the style of play they have been showing. And what did Connor McDavid say? Emotionless? Right?
Yep.
I think that is okay right now with the Oilers. Or that is the norm for the Edmonton Oilers, is to play an emotionless style. Another person text in, who is this? Yeah, Jay, the revelation for me, watching these playoffs, it's a general lack of joy the Oilers play with. There's always some kind of Snoopy cloud hanging over them versus other teams. I mean, I didn't mean to do this, but like the raw side of things, I don't care who you are or if you're professional or not. Sometimes that could be the thing that gets you going.
Right.
Or at least having an accountability to a coach. I don't know if that's what the Oilers are getting enough of.
So what you're saying is they need you back there.
Essentially.
Just encouraging them all.
Just encouraging them all.
That's okay, Freddie. That's okay, Freddie. You got 7.5 more years to finish that shot. That's okay, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, but when I look at these coaches, that's terrible to say. I know what I'm saying, but like when I look at the coaches that are left in the NHL playoffs, they put a certain sense of fear into me. Looking at them, watching them, knowing that if I screw up,
right,
that I'm going to be held accountable in not necessarily a public shaming in front of your whole team, but there is a sense of accountability when you're playing for a coach like Rod Brindamore, like when you're playing for Lindy Ruff, Martin St. Louis. He's coaching with a lot of emotion, but he's been there, he's done it. You can look at him and say, yeah, he played that aggressive way as well. He was edgy when he played.
Right.
Especially for an undersized guy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And I know you don't mean this as an attack on Knobloch, but I think a lot of people are going to see it as also a commentary on Knobloch.
No.
My stance is a player shouldn't need a fiery coach to play a fiery game. But I think I understand what you're saying. Sometimes it might help to see that from your coach, or to talk it like pulling Trevor Zegras aside and saying, hey, kid, I know you haven't done this before. It's time to start doing it now, right?
Yeah. like for me, for what I like to see in a head coach, these guys that are left are almost the perfect sample. They bring it. They have enthusiasm when needed, coaching when needed, but it's almost like they have a sense of authority over their bench. in a respectful manner.
Right. Now, the other side of that is, of course, this team did win a lot of playoff games with Knobloch on the bench.
Yep.
And with Connor and Leon specifically and a lot of these other guys doing some proper things.
Yep.
I mean, that's the confusing thing. Like,
Yes.
if it had been 3 years of losing in the first or second round, I don't think there'd be anybody sticking up for Knobloch. There's very few people as it is anyway. And he's got a pretty good record. So that's the confusing thing. So that was why I asked that question earlier, like unwilling or incapable, if coaching is part of that. Because if you're incapable, there's only so much the coach can do. The coach can put you in better positions, but sometimes it's like, okay, what can you do? If you're unwilling, the coach can do things to try to increase your willingness, I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
But again, also, the players have to do it. Like I don't know, would Bruce Cassidy come in here and snap everybody to attention?
I think
how long? And then the question is, how long would it last? And then the question is, you still got to coach McDavid, who I think basically says, I like to get the puck and do this with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most coaches realize I can't coach McDavid's speed or puck handling, so to some extent, I got to let him go.
So then who does the word emotionless, who's that fall on? Who needs to up the emotion? Do the players just simply snap their fingers and say, you know what, this year we're going to be emotional?
Everybody knows how I feel. And I know there's always debates over it. But if it's up to the employees, it's up to the players.
Mm-hmm. So is that just they just didn't have it? They didn't have the juice this year, Benny?
I think it's because they've been on deep playoff runs, personally. I think they're emotionally drained. That's how I think a reset for them where they start to appreciate hockey again, and they'll appreciate the win in November and overtime, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you could tell the whole regular season was just like, all right, let's just get to the playoffs.
Well, then Leon admitted that they didn't build good habits during the regular season.
Like, as much as I've come on here and said, like, yeah, regular season doesn't really matter. You just got to get to the dance. But there are some small things that matter in the regular season. That's building good habits and enjoying the game and building, relationships with your teammates. And I just feel like this year it was just like okay, we played so much hockey. Let's just get to the playoffs and we'll turn it on. And it was too late.
That would be I don't know if excuse is the right word, but that would be an excuse that I think Oilers fans would accept the easiest.
Yeah.
Is to say, yeah, this back-to-back Stanley Cup final appearances has taken its toll.
Yeah.
On our star players, on our team, on our organization. Right? But then the pressure really ramps up for next year.
For sure.
Well, like if everybody comes back, if Bowman and the coaching staff or most of the coaching staff comes back and most of the players are back, then they're really trying to say, no, that was a one-off.
Yep. Which they very well could read.
Which they could do it, quite frankly. I'm not sure I want that to happen, but they very well could do that. We got to prepare people for that.
No, they very well could. And I've said, is the roster construction of this team Knobloch's issue? No. Nothing to do with it. He's simply coaching the players that are put in front of him. Right? So don't talk about Darnell Nurse's contract. Don't talk about Trent Frederick's contract. Well, that has nothing to do with it.
The one thing we'll say, like, I know Knobloch gets criticized. I don't know if I heard a single word of criticism about him benching Trent Frederick for the last two games of the playoffs, scratching him.
Well, and he has a history of making pretty rigid decisions in the playoffs.
780-218-9999 is how you can text us. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Tap 25 at River Cree. 50% off all menu items 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m., rivercreeresort.com. All right, Jay went to Elks practice today. He'll have some updates there. We're going to tell you what's going on in the Western Hockey League final, words of the day, and more from you on the orders or whatever it is you want to talk about. Again, click that thumbs up if you're in there on YouTube. We need about a dozen thumbs to get to 100.
Two guys and a goalie.
Does a coach who had an excellent NHL playing career automatically carry more clout when he walks into a dressing room?
For me, I would say yes. All the coaches that I had in North America, and even in Europe too, they were all former players. I had Claude Julien. I had, obviously, Ron Lowe.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
God, I wish I could meet somebody like you online. She's got me in the friend zone.
Don't miss Morgan Jay's musical comedy May 23rd. 9 p.m. show is sold out. Second 6 p.m. show added. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Some of us are walking, others are biking. Together, we are accelerating the pace of MS research breakthroughs. This May, join Sentinel Storage at an MS walk in your community. Sentinel Storage, proud partner of MS Canada.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
The NHL playoffs continue tonight with the Avalanche and Wild set for Game 4. Minnesota will look to even the series after a dominant 5-1 win on Saturday night. Staying in the NHL, Shane Doan and the Toronto Maple Leafs have parted ways. Doan has been serving as a special advisor to Brad Treliving and now exits the organization with him as John Chayka takes over as general manager. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays begin a 3-game series tonight against the Red Hot Rays. Kevin Gausman gets the start for Toronto while Drew Rasmussen goes for Tampa Bay. Addison Barger is already headed back to the injured list with an elbow injury. First pitch is set right now. Elsewhere around the MLB tonight, the Angels are taking on the Guardians. Bottom of the third inning, Guardians up 2-0. Orioles and Yankees, the bottom second, tied 0-0. And then we got the Diamondbacks playing the Rangers. Mariners facing off against the Astros, and the Giants taking on the Dodgers later tonight. And in the NBA playoffs, the Pistons and Cavaliers tip off at 6 p.m. with Detroit leading the series 2-1. Then at 8 p.m., LeBron James and the Lakers look to avoid elimination against Shea and the Thunder, with OKC leading the series 3-0. Final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show coming right up. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
Can we get your buddy Ernie Clement on the TV here? Oh, is that cable going to reach? Oh, yeah. All right. Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Jason Milne, Reid Wilkins, Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. We're 3 to 6 p.m. every weekday. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Oh, we got something else exciting here. Any text you want to read on any Oilers stuff? Or just kind of getting a lot of the same? Or not a lot of the same, but same theme, so to speak?
Same theme. And Library Pat makes a good point. The difference in coaching from last season to this season is the absence of Glenn Gulletson. I think that's been a huge step backward.
I agree. When we talk about coaching, I tend to talk about the whole staff. Yeah. I think Gully leaving had a pretty big impact. Portions of this hour presented by the Edmonton Elks. The only way to experience it is by being there when it happens. Get your season seats today. Our city, our year. Lock in your season seats at goelks.com/season seats. Well, the one guy who was being there as it happened today was you, Jason Milne.
Yeah. I was down at training camp this morning. The one takeaway I have, and I'll just keep saying it, was just the energy, the juice. It was there. You could feel it. But, I mean, Reid, I think that's quite common for the start of training camp.
Sure.
We'll see at this point next week where the levels are at. I know tomorrow, after tomorrow's practice, they're going to be having to cut down 10 players. So they're already making roster changes. But the defense, particularly, Reid, was super intense, flying around the field. It was just a good atmosphere, good vibe. Practice was a 3-hour practice.
So what's the usual length for a football practice?
Two
Okay.
is quite common.
Okay.
But they were installing a lot. Like they spent a good half hour, maybe not quite half an hour, but on kickoff return.
Okay.
So I mean,
and that does not involve. So what do the quarterbacks do when that's happening?
They're just running through read progressions, possibly installation of new offensive schemes, new offensive plays, more mental reps at that point while the rest of the team was out doing special teams. One thing I'll point out, though, is the vast changes that Elks fans are going to look to on the offense. I have the starting depth chart from week 1 for the Elks last year.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of 12 players, Reid, are either no longer with the organization or are not in starting role positions.
10 of the 12 that started last year.
10 of the 12.
Wow, okay.
Keon Julian Grant, 9 of the 12. Julian Grant, David Beard, and Justin Rankin.
So Cordy didn't start last year?
Cordy did, but he's not in a starting position right now.
He's not in a starting position
From what
right
I
now.
understand,
Thank
him
you.
and center David Beard are battling it out for who's gonna be the week 1 starter at center.
Okay.
Now, Mark Cordy's a guy that can fill center, guard positions as, even if he's not starting, he'd be a very more than capable backup.
Okay.
But that O-line is drastically different, Reid. They had Brendan Bordner and Jordan Murray at left tackle and right tackle, Carter O'Donnell and Coulter Woodmansey at left guard and right guard,
okay,
and then David Beard in the center. So David Beard appears to be the only person that is there from last year, at least in a starting role. Well, Carter O'Donnell was late in the season. When Carter O'Donnell came in, he was.
Okay.
But these are established vets. Jordan Murray, Brendan Bordner, and Coulter Woodmansey. So we'll see how that
So how is the
transfers onto the field.
how is the is the O-line much bigger? Certainly more experienced. Well, I mean, it's not more experienced. Is it much bigger?
Reid, I got the impression that the whole team is bigger.
Really? Okay.
I mean, you look at some of these skill positions. Brandon O'Leary-Orange, he's 6'4", 205.
And he's a Canadian receiver.
Yes, he's chiseled. He's built like a statue.
Okay.
That is an imposing person to be coming downfield on you. Joe Robustelli, Reid, 6'3", 220 pounds. He came over from Saskatchewan.
He was on with Gager and Hernan last week.
Yeah, I think he can be someone to watch.
Okay.
For sure, because his numbers wouldn't suggest that he's going to be a game changer here in Edmonton. But I think given his ability to help with the run scheme as well,
okay,
and maybe not always be utilized as a receiver, but somebody that can help out and pitch in on the run game, which I think was definitely lacking last year. Because it's not just the O-line, right? When you're talking the run game, you're not talking 5 players. You're talking the other, well, you're going to keep the quarterback out of the conversation, but the receivers are also a big part of that blocking scheme. I thought Tyrell Ford, Cordell Jackson, the usual suspects on defense, they did look pretty good.
Okay.
But I'm excited to see how this progresses, see how this team progresses during camp. But you could definitely see a difference, Reid, in the team aspect today as opposed to day 2 of training camp last season.
Okay.
Where it was a lot of new, fresh faces. I mean, don't forget, Trey Ford was the starting quarterback day 1 of camp last year. That's no longer the case.
Did you notice anything? Did you notice anything from Fajardo and Taylor Powell today?
Taylor Powell can zip the ball.
Okay.
I mean, that is an elite arm. I think with the changes they've made on O-line, hopefully that'll offer more room for Cody Fajardo, more time. So he's not, running around as much because it's not his strength. It's not his strong point.
Right.
If he can stand in the pocket, he can deliver the ball accurately and on time.
All right. Good update. A couple weeks. There's actually a preseason game next Monday.
Yes.
Is that Winnipeg and Sask, I think? Or maybe it's Calgary. I was looking on the schedule. Zulu says Elks game in Kelowna this year. I will be attending that. Because what is it? The Elks preseason game against the Lions is in Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
And then the regular season game is in Kelowna because of the World Cup.
Yeah, Monday, May 18th, Saskatchewan so that's
holiday
May
Monday.
long weekend.
Yeah, we got a long weekend coming up, baby.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's next Monday.
Yeah.
So we're in, though. Our show, we're
going to do a show?
Yeah.
Well, you have fun with that. We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Afternoons just got a serious upgrade at the Canadian Brewhouse. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. Deals starting at $3.99. Make the smart move and head to the Canadian Brewhouse. We're going to update the Western Hockey League final. Benny's got an update here. He's going to tell you what's going on early with the Blue Jays.
The NHL Playoffs continue tonight with Game 4 between the Avalanche and Wild. Minnesota will try to ride the momentum from Saturday's 5-1 win to even the series at 2. More NHL news as Shane Doan and the Toronto Maple Leafs have mutually gone their separate ways. Doan has been working as a special advisor to Brad Treliving and now departs as John Chayka steps in as the new general manager. To the MLB, the Blue Jays kick off a 3-game series going on right now against the Red Hot Rays. Kevin Gausman is on the mound for Toronto while Drew Rasmussen takes it for Tampa Bay. The Jays will also be without Addison Barger, who has landed back on the injured list with an elbow injury. That game is in the top of the first, with the Tampa Bay Rays already off to a 1-0 head start. Angels are taking on the Guardians, bottom third inning. Guardians lead 5-0, and the Orioles and Yankees are sitting the top of third inning. That game tied 0-0. The Diamondbacks take on the Rangers, Mariners visit the Astros, and the Giants square off with the Dodgers to end off the night of MLB action. And in the NBA playoffs tonight, the Pistons host the Cavaliers at 6 o'clock, with Detroit leading the series 2-1. Then at 8 p.m., LeBron James and the Lakers look to extend their season against Shea and the Thunder, with OKC leading that series 3-0. More of the Reid Wilkins Show coming up after the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
Goodwill is
One shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal. One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
The Oil Stream.
What is the number one reason, if you had to make an argument, to keep Stan Bowman as GM? I think it would be continuity, and because you know what you got. You still, listen, I know how bad the season ended and what a disappointment losing in the first round to Anaheim was.
They're continuing a disastrous year.
I'm not saying this with confidence.
No.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
It's the weekend. The sun is out. And everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going. Rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day. All weekend. All summer. The Canadian Brewhouse. Canada's best patios.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Tough start for the Blue Jays, 3-0 Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay still batting, 2 out in the top of the first with a runner on first base. We'll keep an eye on that one for you. If you have us on YouTube this afternoon, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, give us a thumbs up if you have not done so already. 9 thumbs to get to 100, which is our bare minimum for any show. Maybe you're on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. Thanks for using those streaming apps as well. We are going to get fired up here for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. Want to get the update on the Western Hockey League Championship Series, and this guy is the play-by-play voice of the Prince Albert Raiders. Nick Nielsen is checking in. Nick, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Pleasure to meet you guys. I'm doing well. How's things going in Edmonton?
Yeah, doing very, very well. Thanks a lot for joining us today. Nick, you and I have never really talked before until I texted you today. How long have you been doing Raiders games now?
It's my second year doing Raiders games in the WHL, and I think I figured it out with time in the SJHL. I think it's 8 years now.
Oh, wow. Who'd you call in the SJ?
I guess no, it would have been 7 years total. I was with the Weyburn Red Wings for 4 years, and the guys behind me, the Kindersley Clippers, there for 1.
Okay, I got to compliment you because I first heard you on Victory Plus earlier in the playoffs, which had video, but obviously I think that's also a radio feed. Yeah. And I'm like, this guy has a ton of energy. I was like, I got to find out more about this guy because I remember like hearing stories of the Oilers players in the 80s who maybe were injured and couldn't go on a road trip. And at that time, there's no cable, satellite, like they couldn't watch their teammates. And the guys would come back and the injured guys would be like, wow, that game in Washington sounded incredible because they were listening to Rod Phillips. And you reminded me like a little bit of like you just made every moment like sound so intense. So good for you. Great energy. Like, does that come naturally to you? Have you worked on that or what?
Well, first off, if this is the way you guys are going to open the show, can I come on every week? Holy crap. Secondly, yeah, it's something that kind of comes a little bit naturally to me. The energy is the thing that, you know what, it's always been the best tool I've had in the bag. So let's make it come out and be useful as much as we possibly can. It's kind of always been my philosophy with it. But I've loved a lot of guys growing up listening and broadcasting, like Rod Peterson here in Saskatchewan, voiced the Saskatchewan Roughriders for a long time. Of course, he was one of my favorites. Chris Cuthbert, Doc Emmerich, guys like that. So I've kind of loved, you know, a different spectrum of broadcasters for a long, long time and try to pull everything a little bit out of them. And I don't give them enough credit, but probably good old JR from WWE back in the day too. There's a little bit of that in there for sure.
Now, so are you a Saskatchewan, like you've worked in Saskatchewan, are you a Saskatchewan guy your whole life or what's your story there?
Other than the 2 years I spent at Lethbridge College, or I guess Lethbridge Polytechnic now, that's where I kind of got the start. But I, started doing some volleyball and basketball there when I was going to broadcasting school. But ever since then, I'm a Sasky boy through and through, coming from a little town called Wilkie where senior hockey is king. Wilkie is a place where I think senior hockey, my dad was part of a team that won 9 straight championships, provincial championships through the 90s. And another group of guys kind of just finished doing that here this last year too. So there's been a couple senior hockey dynasties there. And it's kind of a unique look at Saskatchewan hockey culture because, every small town's got their small town heroes in senior hockey. And that's kind of where I grew my love for the game. And Luckily, I've been able to keep climbing things up from originally doing the voice of the Big Six Hockey League in Southeast Saskatchewan to now here with the Raiders in a championship run. It's really crazy to think this has all happened in less than a decade.
Wilkie, Saskatchewan, home of the Wilkie Brewers. He used to play against the Lloydminster Meridian Twins in the, I forget the name of the league now, but I used to cover that all the time. I don't know if they're still playing baseball. So I worked in Lloydminster earlier in my career. So
the baseball team and the hockey team rosters are pretty similar.
I bet they are. And is that not where Dustin went to school?
Lethbridge, yeah.
I don't know if you're Dustin Nielsen, our owner and morning show guy. No relation to you, obviously. I don't think.
No. The last names are spelled different, but I get asked that a lot.
Yeah. Just close enough, but spelled a little different. Well, thanks for sharing your story. I always enjoy hearing how people got through their careers.
Just hang on. Dustin always tells us about this the statue that's apparently down at Lethbridge Polytechnic that they made for him that's outside of the arena. I've never seen pictures of this. Can you confirm or deny if this statue actually exists, Nick?
You know what? I'll say I went to college there, so maybe some memories are a little bit fuzzy whether or not that statue's there or not. Got your back, Dustin.
Good.
Team save name.
Well done.
Good answer. The Raiders, before we get to the final, I mean, they had an incredible regular season. Like I remember last year in the playoffs, they were down 3-1 to the Oil Kings, came back to win in the first round. And then this year, it just seemed like front to back, they were an awesome team. Was this sort of one of these peak years in junior hockey where you really felt like, this is a go for it year?
100%. And you kind of, I'm glad you brought up the Edmonton series last year because that's kind of where it started a little bit. Like, there's a lot of that spirit, even though there's only 7 guys from that team still on this roster this year, there's still a lot of that spirit left. But, I got to give a lot of credit to the general manager, Curtis Hunt, and the scouting staff because lost a lot of big pieces going into this year. Lost Tomas Mercic to the NCAA. He was our leading scorer last year. Lost Max Hildebrand, who, of course, our 20-year-old goaltender last year, WHL goaltender of the year. And then lost half our defensive core as well because we had 3 guys on the roster, 4 guys on the roster defensively who were all 19. Of course, they become 20-year-olds this year. We kept Justice Christensen, who is, for my money and a lot of other broadcasters in this league, the best captain in the league. We lost Wojtek Vokvest, who went back home to Czechia to play hockey there. We lost Lucas Dragicevic to the AHL. He's playing with the Seattle Kraken affiliate in Coachella Valley. And then we also lost Matteo Fabrizi, who we traded away to the Lethbridge Hurricanes because of our 20-year-old situation, because we had another couple guys up front who would have been 20-year-olds this year too. So, they kind of started it with that series there in Edmonton, got things completely turned around on us next round against Medicine Hat in a 4-game sweep. And, the guys who came back, they felt the pressure from that sweep last year against Medicine Hat. We got better this year. We got a lot of big pieces in, and then trade deadline came, and Raiders general manager Curtis Hunt, he swung for the fences. He brought us Braden Coots for a bunch of draft picks and a couple players, one who was actually a roster player, and everybody else was picks and players who we probably wouldn't see here in Prince Albert. So I think we got a lot for not as much as people think we gave up when it comes to Braden Coots, and he's been one of our best players, if not the best player on the Raiders during the playoffs so far. So, it's kind of been that all-in mindset. We've been one of the most consistent teams in the league here. We only lost 2 games in a row once this entire year. It was a 3-game stretch back in November. Since then, Raiders have not lost consecutive games until the third round of the playoffs there against Medicine Hat. And then, just a great playoff run so far. The series against Red Deer was hard fought and angry, even though it was a 1-8, 4-game sweep of Saskatoon, but they tried to drag us down in the mud and real emotional series. That rivalry games are always huge. And then that series we just got through against Medicine Hat was phenomenal.
All right. So the league final now against Everett, it's 1-1. The Raiders won on the road 4-2. Everett responded with a 6-2 win. How would you characterize those 2 games?
First game, I think Everett maybe got a little bit of a shock. They've all are the other team who's been just as consistent as us. Finished 7 points ahead of us. Never lost us 2 games in a row all year long. Their worst stretch of games this year was a loss against Seattle in regulation, a shootout win over Seattle the next night, and then a loss against Wenatchee. So, you're talking about 2 teams who've been juggernauts all year long. And then Everett got through the playoffs fairly easily. Only one loss in the second round to Kelowna. They swept the third round there, so they had 10 days of rest in their home building, waiting for home ice advantage. So, there was a little bit of that, I think, where maybe not quite in game shape. You have 10 days off, you're practicing, you're not getting into competition. It's a different mindset. And Raiders came into game one. We had Tuesday or Monday off to travel back from Medicine Hat. Tuesday was a practice, Wednesday fly out, Thursday practice, Friday game day. And I think the Raiders just were right and ready to go for game one, came out of the gates, got into a big lead there in the second period, and just never looked back. Real fast-paced, real detail-oriented hockey. It hasn't been too chippy yet, except for the last couple minutes there in game two. And then game two happened where I think Everett decided they kind of woke up a little bit and realized, okay, we have competition here. And I think these are two really deep teams, two teams with four great lines, two teams with three great defensive pairs and goaltending here. And anybody who thought the series is going to go less than 5 or 6 or 7, and it has no idea what they're talking about, because this is absolutely phenomenal hockey so far.
All right, and just tell us, I just double checking, like the Raiders won the championship in 19. But I know you weren't. Was that when Manny was the coach?
That would have been.
No, he was in Swift.
That would have been Mark Habshad.
Right, Manny was in Swift the year before. Manny Viveros, right? And that they traded for Stu Skinner that year, right?
Yeah, correct.
So 6-7 years since PA last won. I know it's not the largest community in the world. Like, what's the vibe here with 3 games coming up in the final?
You should see the way the guys keep getting welcomed back to town after a game or a playoff round here. It's phenomenal. Like, this building here is such a special place. It holds 3,300 people. That is max capacity, and it's the loudest building I've ever been in. I've been in Rogers Place for a playoff game. I've been in that building for Florida versus Edmonton in a regular season game, and I can tell you without a doubt, 3,300 people in the Art Hauser Center is more likely to deafen you than any NHL rink in the league. Like, it's crazy what this atmosphere does. It's really cool. The 2 rinks we're looking at are kind of the 2 different ends of the spectrum when it comes to junior hockey. You've got Everett, who's got this really great 7,000 seater arena, nice and modern, good crowd. They make a lot of noise, kind of what you're hoping for when it comes to junior hockey. And if you're going to build a rink today, that's what I would model it after. And then you've got the Art Hauser Center here, 3,200 people, or 3,300 people, pardon me. And it's just represents the roots of junior hockey so much. Like, to sell this place out, it takes 15% of this entire city, and it's a guarantee every playoff game this place is selling out.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's going to be. Are you hanging right over the ice, or what's your broadcast?
Oh yeah,
location?
right over top of the penalty box.
Yeah.
Sometimes got to turn the ice mics down a little bit because of how close to the penalty box we are.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, you can learn some new words for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, thanks for telling us the story of the Raiders season, your story, and of course the final. And I know Raiders fans would like to see it happen, but I think you're right. Because these teams are so close, it's probably going back to Everett, and the trophy will ultimately be awarded in game 6 or 7.
I know there's a lot of excitement here. You know what? 3 games in a row at the Art Hauser Center. That's just huge in the playoffs, and I cannot wait to see what these boys do.
Right on. Hey, thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of this season, and really appreciate you hopping on the show, Nick.
Pleasure to meet you guys. Thank you so much.
Nick Nielsen checking in on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Yeah, we love bringing new people on the show. Good lowdown there on the Raiders season. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I know the Oil Kings had a good season. Medicine Hat was up there, but as the season wore on, Jay, like you and I would look at the standings and we kind of got the sense, like, is it just a collision course?
Mm-hmm.
So what was Everett's worst run? A loss, a shootout win, and a loss. And then PA, he said, had 1 losing streak all season long? I mean, it's just incredible.
It's fitting they meet there, right? Yeah. And so these games are on Victory Plus.
Yes. Yeah, you can get them. Yeah.
I've watched a game on Victory Plus in Prince Albert at the Art Hauser Center.
Yeah.
And what he said is accurate. It is bonkers land in there.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was built in the 70s, I believe.
Yeah.
This rink. And like the Oilers would often just scoop and flip the puck out. You're not doing that in this arena. I mean, the score clock is probably 20 feet off the ice.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But it's a really unique facility, And yeah, it'll be bumping. So that's tomorrow night?
They're tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday in PA. And then Sunday, Monday is back in Everett, obviously, if necessary. But I have no disrespect to PA, who's at home. I have difficulty seeing either team win 3 in a row here in PA.
Fair enough.
I think they're too good and too evenly matched. Nick Nielsen checking in. Good to have him on the program. You can text us 780-218-9999. That's the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out the River Cree mobile app. It's free to download. You can get exclusive offers and promotions. You can get show tickets. You can make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. It is safe, secure, and it is easy to use. What did the Blue Jays get here? They threw somebody out the plate?
Yeah, it wasn't forced, but they got the runner. I don't know which runner it was for Tampa Bay, but they got him out at home.
Well, there have been a lot of runners for Tampa Bay in this game.
There have been a few.
Not have been a great start for the Blue Jays. But yeah, Guerrero came in from first and got the grounder, threw it to Valenzuela. But 4-0 Tampa Bay. Top of the second inning, 1 out, and the Rays have a runner on first base. Gosman already at 38 pitches, so the Blue Jays got to get going in this one. Tampa Bay's been playing great lately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'd won 13 of 14 at one point recently, so they're right up there. So the Jays already in tough in this one. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube. We need 3 thumbs on YouTube, 3 likes to get to 100. So if you haven't clicked, get in there and do it. We have words of the day coming up. We'll catch up with some of your texts as well on the orders that Jay wants to get to. Here's Ben Thompson.
The NHL Playoffs continue tonight in Game 4 between the Avalanche and Wild. Minnesota will try to ride the momentum from Saturday's 5-1 win to even the series at 2. More NHL news as Shane Doan and the Toronto Maple Leafs have mutually gone their separate ways. Doan has been working as a special advisor to Brad Treliving and now departs as John Chayka steps in as the team's new general manager. To the MLB, the Blue Jays kick off their 3-game series tonight against the red-hot Rays. Kevin Gausman is on the mound for Toronto, while Drew Rasmussen is on the mound for Tampa Bay. The Jays are out without Addison Barger, who has landed back on the injured list with an elbow injury. That game is going on as we speak, and the Rays are up 4-0 at the top of the second inning. The Guardians are up 7-0 on the Angels in the bottom of the fourth, and the Yankees are up 2-0 on the Orioles in the top of the fourth. You will also see the Diamondbacks take on the Rangers, the Mariners visit the Astros, and the Giants squaring off with the Dodgers to end off the MLB action tonight. And in the NBA playoffs tonight, the Pistons host the Cavaliers at 6, with Detroit leading the series 2-1. Then at 8 p.m., LeBron James and the Lakers look to extend their season against Shea and the Thunder with Oklahoma City leading the series 3-0. Final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show coming up after the break. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Everybody starts throwing out the Sebastian Cossa. So the answer to the goaltending problem with the Edmonton Oilers in the biggest year of this franchise history, 2 years left of Connor McDavid, is to roll Tristan Jarrio with Sebastian Cossa, who has 1 game of NHL experience. That's where you're going to go to Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl and say, hey, we got the solution.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
God, I wish I could meet somebody like you online. She's got me in the friend zone.
Don't Don't miss Morgan Jay's musical comedy May 23rd. 9 p.m. show is sold out. Second 6 p.m. show added. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
All right, thank you, Ben. Ben Thompson at the technical desk, filling in for Zachary Kubish, who is off this week. We have hit 100 thumbs on YouTube. Excellent stuff.
Are you kidding me? Call the dogs off.
Just firing everything. Words of the day coming up in about 10 or 12 minutes. We just had Nick Nielsen on the show, play-by-play voice for the Prince Albert Raiders. We had Jody Shelley on the show earlier, being driven around town with his mom in Sherwood Park. He's surprised his mom for Mother's Day and is staying until Wednesday. We love having Jody on the show. Did you say you could tell exactly where he was on the video?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why not?
Well, Sherwood Park's a recognizable place.
Our off-topic topic for William Huff. Tell us about something outside you did over the weekend. I felt as if it was kind of the first weekend that felt like summery, as if, okay, we're outside and we're outside to stay now until it gets cold again. I went over to Kind Ice Cream with my mom and dad. So I got mom a Kind Ice Cream. Do people know about Kind Ice Cream? This Kind Ice
maybe
Cream
not.
is made by Marcus. Well, Made by Marcus, I think, started in Calgary, but they're in Edmonton as well. There's a Kind Ice Cream close to where I live. So I got my mom a Kind Ice Cream gift card for Mother's Day, and she used it yesterday. I got Cinnamon Toast Crunch ice cream.
No,
it
you
was
didn't.
delicious. I seriously did. It was delicious.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the flavor. I got it in a waffle cone. Okay, do you get it in a waffle cone or in a cup when you go for ice cream?
I don't know. I don't think I've had Kind. Or maybe I have. Is there one in that little Ritchie Market on the south side?
Yes, I believe there is.
Yeah, then I've had it.
Okay.
And I like the vanilla bean.
Okay.
It was exceptional.
Good.
If I have the choice, I'm going waffle all day.
Yeah, I used to just get in a cup, but now, since last summer, I've been like, why am I not getting in a waffle cone? That's half the joy.
It is. It really is, Reid. And I'll tell you a fun story. We were at Costco on Sunday.
Okay.
And my daughter raves about Costco soft serve ice cream.
So good.
Really?
So good.
So they were there, and you should see the portion.
What do you mean?
It's big. So let's say the cone is like an average size cone. Say,
Sure.
The width or the size of your hand.
Right.
That's about the size of the cone. The ice cream almost doubled the size of it.
Oh, wow.
It was almost like, okay, I
And do
get
they
it.
dip it in chocolate?
Nope.
Just to get.
No, you get three choices: swirl, chocolate, or vanilla.
Oh, okay.
And it was good, but I mean, that's a liability on a drive home.
So here's what you do. This is what I've been doing. I just got Costco membership like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
and so I've been using it.
You're rolling around.
Oh, I am. You ask for a cup.
Okay.
You turn the ice cream upside down. You put it in the cup, and that's how you get home with it. And then when I get home, I break up the waffle cone into the ice cream.
Oh, Benny!
So
out of control.
Isn't it too runny though?
No.
Huh.
It's not like I would like because like Dairy Queen is known for like the thick ice cream. It's not Dairy Queen level, but it's not like you'll survive getting it home.
So this is a thing with the kids, the ice cream at Costco.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You ever just roll into Costco and just be like, nope, I'm just here to browse?
That's honestly yes.
Samples?
Yeah, sometimes. I last week I just went there just to walk around, just to look around and browse, whatever.
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, yeah, you know what?
And just buy a TV.
Yeah,
well,
maybe.
Speaking of seeing people, I saw El Presidente at
Oh,
Costco.
nice. Oh, amazing.
And then we went to the Italian Center after
in
Sherwood
Park?
Park, and we ran into the Combines.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
amazing.
there for Mother's Day.
Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Visit playalberta.ca/EST. Playalberta.ca/EST. Remember, you have to be over 18 to gamble, and if you do gamble, use your game sense. I guess you don't have to be over 18. You have to be 18 or older. Is it
Correct.
18, you can.
This is true.
You can. All right, and look for the EST specials. Jay's play of the day would still be up there.
Yes, it is. It's the OKC Thunder to win by 13 or more points. I believe they've covered the spread every game this series, although sometimes it's looked tight. I think this is inevitable that they're going to sweep the Lakers.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just don't know if they've got it in them.
Okay.
To keep it tight.
So off-topic, what's something you did this past weekend? Eric says fishing in Camrose Telegraph Park, I believe, where the telegraph was invented.
Oh, fun.
That sounds pretty good, doing a little fishing. So, yeah, I went for a walk with Mom and Dad, got ice cream. I ran yesterday morning. Like I said, did a little over 5K.
I got to get running again. It's going to catch up
how's
with
your, the half marathon
It's August.
is basically in 3 months. Let's check the date here.
It's not in 3 months. It's in 3 months.
August 16th.
Yeah.
So there's the marathon, the half, the 10K, and the 5K.
I haven't registered for it. I may.
I would like to do the 10K this year. I did the 5K last year. It was my first race in 6 years because of injury and COVID. Was the why there was a break for me. I'd like to. I think I could I'll be able to do the 10K. I'd love to do the half. I don't know if that's in the cards for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a point where, especially, we are not professional athletes.
No.
You're a much better athlete than I am, but I still fear we're at the point in our lives finding the line between, there is a line between achievement and stupidity.
Well, maybe I'll do the 10K with you so I could say I did the 10K.
Yeah.
I wouldn't run it with you.
I know. And I would
annoy you.
I would not allow that.
Hey, Reid. Hey.
Yeah.
You want to talk sports?
Would you do that? What? Would you run what if, is your wife going to run the half?
I don't know.
Like, what if somebody said to you, I want to run this race with you? And you were like, great.
Well, this is a debate in our, well, not a debate, but
I would never run beside somebody.
I'm not a good running company.
No.
Like, I don't want to
I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to keep pace with you or you keep pace with me.
Just do your thing.
Go run. And I want you to run your best race. You'll probably do that without me. Like, why?
Yes, unnecessary.
I get it. Sometimes people do it in groups. Maybe there's a social aspect to it. You and I really don't care about getting along with other human beings or what they want to do.
Well, remember last year when I ran the half, I went with a pace bunny, right?
Right, but
and
you weren't.
I know, but I was the only one with a working Garmin. So he'd be like, Jay, how we looking?
Well, he didn't even have.
No.
Why does the pace bunny not have a?
I don't know.
You've just blown my mind. I always assumed the pace bunnies would
I
have
think
a watch. They
he
just know
knew
how fast
how
they
to
go.
do it.
I guess, yeah.
But I'd be like, we could take a break. I just don't like talking when I'm
time to walk.
running. It wasn't like exhausting. That's a weird way to put it. Like when I crossed the finish line, Reid, I was like, I guess you're overcome with a lot of emotion too. Like, because you finished a race that you never thought you could do in your life. So I'm assuming there was some, adrenaline rushing through me, but I wasn't like out of breath. We just stood there, took a picture, and then went home.
Right. But what was your time again? You don't mind saying?
What was it? 2:22.
2:22?
2 hours and 22 minutes.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Blech. If I was going to do it again, though, I'd have to be closer to 2 hours, which means I have to really start focusing.
Yeah,
on
now
my
you
training.
want to do better as opposed to just finish. Because the
But
first
I don't
time
know
you're
if I
doing
wanna
it,
do
you're
it
like, I just want to finish.
Because I was in quite a bit of pain for a while.
Yeah,
With
it's
my legs and
taxing.
my knees and
That's why I figure
I'm 44, Reid. I'm not no spring chicken.
If
bro.
I'm at the point in my life where the halves are behind me, that on one hand that disappoints me. Where on the other hand, if I'm like, if I could run a 10K or 2 every year till I'm 60 something, that's actually not that bad.
No, it's fine. It's like you're running a half.
Like a 10K is not a non-distance.
No,
I mean, yeah, if you're an ultra marathon runner, I guess it's a walk in the park. I think for most people, a 10K is you've covered some ground.
You've done it.
You've exerted yourself. I mean, yes, it's an hour plus for most people, but you're going the whole time. But you enjoyed doing the half marathon, though.
I did. I still stand by it. Like, I hate running.
Jimenez home run.
But I did it because it was a challenge.
Well, 3-run homer, 5-3 Tampa Bay.
Because it was a challenge.
Well, and Hernan inspired us.
Yeah, and I did that, and I mean...
But you were so happy. Like, you
I know.
texted me right after. Should I find it?
Good luck. It's what, 9 months ago?
But it was you sent me such a nice text. Like, it was kind of emotional. Hang on here. I bet you I can find it. I got to search this. Because the way you wrote it, I was like, holy crap, Jay's a runner for life. Let me see it. Here it is, right after the race. Well, no, it was in that evening. It was 6 o'clock that evening. Wait a minute.
How many texts did I send you that?
Well, okay, so I texted you at 10:17. Awesome run. You crushed it. And then you said to me, way to go, Reid. We tracked you. We had the exact same pace. You ran 4 times the distance. I even said that you ran further. Then you asked me about my feet. And then that evening, you must have calmed down and put your thoughts together. You were 100% right about everything. I feel as high as I felt in years. You've already won by training and showing up on race day. And yes, I've already decided I'm doing it again next year.
God.
This kind of athletic high is something I'm almost craving at this point. Thank you for your guidance. You were right. Plus, the girls want to do the 5K with Grandma. It's infectious. And yes, April will run the half with me. You committed your whole family to something in that text.
Well, I guess we're running it. I'll train. Sure, I'll do it.
Well, you'll be able to do the 10.
Oh, yeah. I could do the 10 right now.
I could do a 10 right now. I wouldn't feel great. I may have to take 3 weeks off, but I could do it.
Yeah, I could do a 10.
I mean, to be fair,
It might be a little tough
if somebody said right now, Reid, you have to finish a half marathon. After the show, if somebody showed up with my shoes and my running clothes and said you have to run 21K tonight, I'd say, okay, is there a time limit? If they said midnight, I said okay, in 6 hours I'll finish. I'll feel terrible. I mean, you could do it.
Oh, you could do it.
You'd feel gross.
Easy. You could knock. Yeah, you'd be fine.
Oh, we better do. Well, we talked for a long time. Words of the day for the Edmonton Public Library. Your free EPL library card could do more than you might expect. From books, movies, and video games to digital resources, creative spaces, and learning opportunities, there's something for everyone across Edmonton. Sign up online, EPL.ca/sign up, or visit any of EPL's 21 locations to get started today.
Okay, first word of the day. This is a noun. These were submitted by a Bootski, by the way. Larder. Larder.
Larder.
Larder.
Larder. Give me a sentence.
Each September, my grandma would say that it was time to replenish the larder.
Each September.
Mm-hmm.
Replenish the larder. It's some kind of fuel for a snowplow.
It's a cool, dry room or large cupboard used for storing food.
Oh, of course.
A larder.
Okay.
Second word of the day. This is a noun. Yachty. 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 Yachty.
What?
Yachty.
Y-A-C-H-T-Y.
What'd you say?
Y-A-C-H-T-Y.
Oh my gosh, you were so close.
What is it?
Y-A-C-H-T-I-E.
Oh, wow.
And you're on the right track. You're on the right.
Is
set.
it something to do with a yacht?
Tis.
Is it a small yacht, a miniature yacht?
It's an informal term for a person who works as professional crew on a yacht.
It's
super
like a
yacht.
carny. You're a yachty. That's incredible.
Yachty.
Also a great rapper.
All right.
Of course.
We got to go. We're here tomorrow. Sean Bell going to join us. Probably talk a month out for Canada at the World Cup tomorrow, so we might talk about that.
Ooh.
I'm having Ben Thompson and Jay Milne, and I'm Reid Wilkins. Have a great Monday night.